Yeah, perfect. I wanted to start on time this time because I'm actually bringing some folks from my podcast over, or at least that's the thought. We'll see how that plays out. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So I have my own podcast too. I'm not. It's probably. I can guarantee you it doesn't have as big an audience as yours. But
yours is sports, right?
Yeah. It's a sports show. Yeah. We're gonna do one tomorrow. It'll be fun.
Cool.
But it's so interesting how followings can come and go, and I think I love that. Like we were just talking about before we started the stream, like just a little idea can turn into something really great. And in fact, I saw how many followers you actually have on Twitch now. It's pretty close to 100. So we're gonna try to get you closer to that tonight if we can.
Yeah, isn't that strange?
Isn't that crazy? I know it's
so weird. it's so weird, but I'll take it. I will take it.
100%. Yeah. Oh, hello, CT. Welcome to the chat. Good to see you. CT says, I knew you just started streaming. Yeah. Brettington, that is. And Spike Tiger, hello.
That's me, bud.
Good to see you. Brettington's back. I've updated your command, which includes your Twitch page, because now you're doing things on that thing.
Let me host you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just going to say, now that people care, I can do that.
I dig it a lot. It's really great. Oh, you're going to love it. CT, you're going to love it. So if you, let me invoke the guest command and it'll break it down for you. So we are going to rank Super Bowl snacks tonight in what should be a really, really fun time. This should be a really good show. So let's see. Anything else I got to do over here? No.
Of course, that didn't work.
Just got to move my chat thing over here and roll that in. And then this guy over here. It's funny how you have to do it like that. That's funny. Okay, I will do it that way. Yeah, perfect. That's what I'm looking for. There we go. Oh, that command's getting popular. Chris, CT's redeem pump it up. Sounds like a plan. Oh my goodness, we have so many people in the chat already. This is great. Well, hello everybody who's in the chat. Nice to see you all again. Yeah, super good. Spike Tiger says snack. Nice. Deadly Frog, welcome in. Nice to meet you. Says you're a first-time chatter. Nice to say. I'm sure you know our friend Brettington.
Yes, today's print was for Mr. Frog himself.
Ah, yeah.
He is a mod on my my stream.
Cool.
Yes.
I like your cigar emote too. That's pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
Brett emote.
That is. Yeah, I have two other ones that aren't approved yet. That one got instant approved, which is odd considering it's smoking paraphernalia. But whatever, it's fine.
Cigars may be okay, but all good. Also, you're gonna love my VIP love emote. Oh, nice. This is for your channel, CT. I love it. All right, so we got a pretty good crowd in here. So let's go ahead and start. Let's go ahead and do this.
Cool.
Let's do it. Oh wait. There's one more thing I got to do. Oops. Hold on. Let's not start yet. I need to copy your thing in here. So give me just a second. So one little trick with OBS is actually if you put the OBS Ninja. Wait, is that it? Is that the one? I guess it is. I will double check that. But yeah, if you can actually put the source in even the coming up screen as long as you hide it, and then you can put the source in before we start the program. So that's kind of nice. All right, let's do it, everybody. Let's rank some snacks.
Let's do it.
Pump it up! There you go, Chris. Appreciate you. Welcome back, everybody. And Super Week continues here on The Sandwich Show and throughout all sorts of platforms here on the internet. My name is Davy. I eat sandwiches. And we host a weekly show called The Sandwich Show. We also host a lot of other shows, and this is one of the other shows. We're going to be ranking snacks tonight in what has become a really, really popular segment. Not only on our show here, The Sandwich Show, but also on the show of our friend who brought tier lists to the show. Let's be honest. If it wasn't for our next guest tonight, our co-host tonight. I think a lot of the content that we love on the show would not have been part of the show, which is kind of nice, which is kind of amazing. But so let's say hello once again to our good friend, provided that I got this all set up correctly. Let's say hello to Brettington Frothingslosh back on the show. How are you doing, my friend?
Fantastic.
I love it.
Fantastic.
I love it. Yeah, it's so good to see you, and nice to be doing this again. And as I mentioned before, I just think it's awesome how a little thing can become a big thing. And first it was on your all's show, the PGC podcast. You started doing tier lists because it was just like it was a trending thing to do. Like people were really getting excited about it. And then the amount of juice it got, like, everybody commenting in your Discord about it, and then people on the show. And I don't know what are the means that they use to communicate with you, but that was awesome. But then you saw the same thing over here when we did our first show. My sister still thinks that the Thanksgiving episode was a top 3 episode for her. That's a true story.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, she's so sweet.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
It's that's probably my favorite holiday, and then to fight about the best foods involved with it is great.
Oh yeah.
And we got to talk about all the different regions, and apparently cinnamon buns are very popular. Neither one of us knew that.
Yeah.
But people were ready to go to the mats for that one. So
yeah. Well, that's what made good content. It made good content, absolutely. And Spike Tiger says brackets evolved to tier lists. That's a really, really good observation, because I remember, about 10 years ago, I used to do like special themed brackets for around March, like around the same time that the basketball tournament would start. And those are always fun to do too. But the tier list is definitely taking it to another level, because you can more accurately rank where you think something is, and it doesn't force you to put things in groups. You just hear all the foods. Let's just rank them all together. So, yeah, what have you been up to? I mean, let's talk about your Twitch stream too, because 3D printing is just like I said, it doesn't seem like much, but man, I'm riveted. I love watching all your 3D prints. Tell us a little bit about what you've been up to.
Yeah, it's like watching paint dry, but in 3D. Yeah, so the really, I picked up a 3D printer a couple weeks ago, and I was like, So I started with some small stuff, hour or two printing, and then I wanted to take on some multi-hour things. And I'm like, you know what? I want to do this while I'm awake, especially since I'm new. So I threw a webcam on it, and I'm like, all right. And my personal use computer, I'm an all Mac guy, so all my stuff's Apple-based, and I'm like, all right, if this was, and my rest of my house is, but I'm like, yeah, but how do I keep an eye on it in a tab on my Windows? I'm like, instead of searching it, I was like, I'm just gonna throw it on Twitch. I already had a Twitch thing on Streamlabs already set up, so I was like, I can just turn it on, and then I'll just go, and then a couple people are like, oh, you're on. I'm like, yeah, come on by. And then I just started like, you know what? Yeah, everybody come in. And then I was on there's not that many people in makers and crafting during the day.
Right.
So you end up being in the top results as soon as you have 5 people watching. So I think that's where a lot of the follows came from, is because I just happened to be on. And I interact in chat, but I'm not on camera for it. I put on royalty free. Lately it's been synthwave, so some synthwave, and then and it's just it's a webcam focused at it, and then at the end there's fun things. I have some examples here.
Ooh, let's see.
So let me pull it. So this was one that I did kind of as a joke.
We have the adult tag. It's fine. This is fine.
So the
walking finger.
Yes. So as people that know the 3D printing, it starts at the bottom. So it's like, oh, it's an action figure. I see legs.
Yeah.
Oh, well, there's a torso. And then I just wanted the end of the print to be getting flipped off, because this was facing the camera. So I thought it was funny.
That's great.
There's that one. Today, to celebrate making affiliate, I printed one. This is for Frog, again, the moderator. So this is his little again, let's see the focus. So he looks cute, and then he got a big old thick butt.
Oh yeah, wow, impressive
Look at him
butt.
cheeks. And then this was a 40-hour, and it definitely needs a lot of cleaning up. It's gonna need a little bit of Bondo here and there for some filler.
Yep.
So This was a wearable model, a wearable helmet that I shrunk down, and then of course that shrinks the wall thickness and stuff too. So it'll be a little bit more brittle, but it's still pretty darn cool. And that is a Halo EDO helmet.
I did not realize how big that was. That is really, really cool. Wow.
So it's half size of wearable. So, but if we do this now, look, for perspective, I'm like a movie guy.
Yeah,
there
nice.
we go. Look, I can wear it. Hey. But yeah, no, I mean, even at close up, you can kind of see there's some rough stuff.
Oh yeah.
So a little bit of sanding. A little bit of fill issues here near the top.
Yep.
That's all sanded out, but a little bit of Bondo will fill that in. But this one isn't for me. This is for another streamer by the name of Tubin Monkey. So he's getting this.
Cool.
He's my first big one. And I'm going to take a break from the big prints for a while.
Okay.
And just go back to the little stuff for a bit.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, I mean, you mentioned in our Discord that you were thinking of doing the sandwich show logo, like the sandwich icon.
Oh yeah. Yep.
And I'm very honored that you would think of us that way. But that should be a fun one. Like, do you think that might be easier or tougher, or about the same as far as the difficulty level for the printer?
So what I did, and if anybody watched with this one, I printed it. The main thing with printing is, you start at the bottom, but you gotta see. Look at all this overhang though. So you have supports and stuff, and there's large gaps that need overhang and have supports. So if you just start printing, it'll just go right on the ground. So you have to have a lot of supports.
Oh, got it.
So what I did to eliminate, especially this fine work in the back, I mean, look at all that detail. So because of that, if I printed it this way, we'd have a bunch of tiny little supports that I have to try to dig out in all this overhang. So any overhang that's over a 60-degree angle needs to be supported with my printer. Some it's a little bit more shallow than that.
Okay.
So anything like that. So what I did was I printed it facing this way, and that's why this got a little bit derpy in here. And it is sanded. It looks a little strange, but it is actually all flat and smooth. So just after it's primered, you won't actually notice any of this stuff. So printed this way. So for the sandwich icon, I'm gonna have to do it probably the same way, because if you saw, you have like your tomatoes and stuff poking out and your cheese slice. So I put it in the software and I flipped it on end. So you're going up and down with it, so that the supports only have to support a little bit at the bottom instead of like trying to do inner supports. And then I hid a beef patty basically inside, so there wasn't gaps between the tomato and the roof and stuff, because it would put supports in there.
Wow.
Otherwise, then I wouldn't be able to dig. Each of those condiments, I think I did it 2.5 millimeter. So I'm not gonna be able to get in there and get the support out. So I just made up, basically a flat disc under there that will support it. So I think the overall size is gonna be, I think I made it like a 2.5-inch cube.
Okay.
I think so. That'll be coming up. I got that for you. I had this one for Frog since he was, with me at the beginning.
Cool.
Streaming. So I want to make his little doodad. He's getting sent this. He's going to be getting sent a Batman logo as well. I got to print in 2 parts, but he's getting that for his desk. So it's starting to pile up. And I made a couple of things for myself.
Oh, nice. Let's see.
Let's see. This was. This is yesterday's, and again, not that exciting. It's just a stand. There we go.
I was wondering what that
for
was.
the webcam.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, so the foot of the webcam goes in here and it actually rests on here like this is the top of a monitor. And then you can kind of point it down and everything. So the distance is right. So what I was doing before was, whoopsie.
You can actually see the 3D printer in the back, everybody. It's on the corner.
There you go.
There it is.
What I was doing before was stacking up some filament in boxes and stuff and just dropping the webcam on top of it. But then when I'd come in the room, sometimes it would literally fall off and then you're just staring at the ceiling. So I wanted something a little bit more stable.
Yeah.
So that's the solution.
Brad. I think Brad's a fan of the Eagles too. Loves the Eagles banner in the back.
Well, then you're going to like the naming convention on the tier list I came up with.
To be revealed in just a moment. CT, thank you for your help today as being the mod. CT put up a poll asking what your favorite sweet treat was, and it was a tie between chocolate chip cookies and strawberries. So there's a little bit of a teaser, I guess, as we go into the real deal, ranking our favorite snacks. And let's Yeah, but anything else as far as the 3D printing you wanted to get into before we start?
No, I mean, come give me a follow. I have no schedule. Most likely it's going to be daytime type stuff because I'm going to be doing other things and it's going to be on in the background.
Gotcha.
But the chat's pretty active. I started throwing in some commands. I know Davy really needed a lurk command. So whatever Davy wants, Davy gets. So Davy got it. Davy got his lurk command.
That was cool. I enjoyed it.
So I'm adding bells and whistles in the evenings, so to make it a little bit more of a real stream.
Okay.
Especially now that the affiliated, and for some reason Frog just subscribed this evening as we went live.
Really?
So thank you for the first subscription, Frog. I appreciate it.
Frog, that's awesome.
You really did have to do that. But thank you.
That's great. Well, that really came together quickly. Usually you got to fill out a bunch of forms and things to get the affiliate going. That must have all come together fast. So that's really great.
Yeah, it's funny when you look at the goals for stream time. I think a lot of people struggle with, but I had probably quadruple the amount of hours you need to have for streaming.
Because you had like one where like, I mean, every one of them was like at least 4 or 5 hours, right? Like maybe...
last weekend I was live almost the entire weekend doing the Halo this because this was 40 some. So I took the webcam offline when I went to sleep and I put it back on in the morning. So it was down for so that was already like a 32-hour camera already. So I mean I already nailed the time. It was just getting viewers, which I thought was followers, which I thought would be the hard part, but that was the easy part.
That's awesome.
Sort of like with podcasting, like you never know sometimes people actually want to listen to what you have to say.
Yeah. It's such an interesting perspective to like compare getting followers on one medium versus getting followers on another. And I think my last question before we get to the tier list is, did it come more easily for you getting followers to your channel, like in terms of like how quickly you were able to get followers? I don't even know if you can get those numbers like for the podcast, like, but would you know like how long it takes, like how what your growth is on the PGC podcast compared to what it was on Twitch?
It's definitely slower. It's so niche, and
right.
We kind of put it out as it's not really a general cooking podcast. So it is very specific to, the Pretty Good Cooking YouTube channel. I mean, obviously there's a lot more content than just that. You don't have to watch the PGC show to get the podcast. It all still makes perfect sense. It helps, but you don't have to. But it's very niche and it's small. Phil likes keeping the YouTube community and his channel smaller because he likes the interaction and it's more personal. And so the podcast is very similar. So you see every time, since you're in that Discord too, when a new episode comes out, the amount of discussion.
Oh yeah.
For days afterwards. So it's I like to keep it very interactive. Maybe throw some controversial opinions in there, which is kind of what I do. And then let people fight about it. So so I'd say, and I think you're probably aware of this, the podcast metrics are not great.
Yeah.
Like doesn't matter what you sign up for or who you use to host.
It's hard to
it's like I get a report emailed to me. I think it's PodTrack that I signed up for that one, and their numbers don't match SoundCloud, that doesn't match iTunes, it doesn't match Google, it doesn't match Spotify. None of the places where I'm hosted do the numbers match. So I try to take SoundCloud as the Bible just because that's my audio host. And that's where, that's the RSS feed that people are actually pulling from.
Right.
So they should have a better idea. But the problem is with so many of those little niche podcasting like programs out there now, I think they pull from a pool kind of thing. I don't think they're pulling direct from the source sometimes. I think some are just like sniffing iTunes and et cetera, and pulling from there instead. So I don't know. I don't worry about it. I think we talked about it last time I was on too. It's like you do it for fun.
Yeah.
I'm definitely not making any money. I lose money every year on the podcast for audio hosting. Plus, of course, the the theme song, which we revamp every year.
Oh, really? I didn't realize that was part of the investment. That's so interesting.
The first 2 years were done by people from Fiverr.
Okay.
And then this year was Danny Human Juke 81.
Human Juke. Yep.
So and that's, of course, I tried to compensate him well because Danny doesn't do anything half-assed.
Right.
So he put a lot of time and effort into it. Plus, you want to support Danny.
I love that. Yeah.
Yeah, so
He deserves all
I wasn't
that.
just tossing him a couple of thanks bucks like you do with a Fiverr person. So
I dig it. Hey, thank you very much for the follows, everybody. 11 River Song 11, Deadly Frog 6502. I really appreciate you joining us tonight. And Deadly Frog also says, told you I would pay for that Batman logo. That's great. When I switched from game to Makers and Crafts, my follow count shot you really quick too. And then Deadly Frog says, no tomatoes and gumbo. So was that a topic? Was that a topic earlier on the PGC?
yeah. He Frog is a Southern Louisiana Creole gentleman who was very upset by He's worse than I am. I do put tomatoes occasionally in gumbo, and I don't care what he says. So I put well, you saw that I got that Creole boil the other day for dinner.
Yeah, that's right.
And of course, and that place, it's a chain that's out of Maryland called Red Crab Juicy Seafood, I think is the name of it.
Yep.
And they always give you a big thing of garlic bread with it for dipping into the leftover buttery spicy goodness. And of course, Frog's first comment was, "What the fuck, bread?" It's like, okay, I know it doesn't normally come with bread. My God.
Wow.
He's a purist. The man's he stands by.
Respect for the commitment for what is it? Being hardcore? Yeah.
Well, I don't know if you've seen in especially in the Discord when I get my blood going on the cheesesteaks that people are selling in places around the country. I mean, just the fact they're putting bell peppers on it and in general pisses me off to no end. So,
I hear that. All
so
right.
I'm the same.
We all have this with everything. I'm probably like this with burgers. I'm sure people are like this with pizza in the Northeast.
Yeah.
I dig it. I totally get it. CT, remind me about starting lineup. We'll do that in a few minutes. But let's first introduce everybody to the tier list in earnest. Giving me just a minute to get the window ready. And this will be ready to roll. And here we go, folks, including, of course, the categories tonight. And yes, indeed, our Eagle fan friend has appropriately named the S tier Fly Eagles Fly, and the F tier has been named How About Them Boys?
I couldn't. It's funny. I was sitting here. I was like, oh man, I love I would say all these foods are good. What the thing for me is going to be whether it belongs at a Super Bowl or not, because there's not anything on this list I don't want to eat.
Yeah.
But so I was like, I don't want to be like. I was very aggressive in the Thanksgiving naming and stuff. So it's like nothing is truly like garbage. I'm like, I don't want to say the food's garbage. I'm like, I'll just go with sports themes. So of course my birds, they're top tier, and then them boys. Them boys.
Tell you what, even after all this, guess who has more Super Bowls in the last 25 years?
Yeah, and we both made it just as far in the playoffs this year.
Such a good point. Boom. So, so we're gonna rank half of these to start, and then we'll take a break halfway through, and then for our halftime show, we'll use the starting lineup redeem, and we'll announce everybody in the chat. So it should be really fun. So let's do it. All right. So where do we begin? I'm actually getting my little index up too.
Yeah,
so
I'm pulling up mine too. So again with these, sort of like I did with the previous, I kind of used a website, and it was like 50 ideas and they ranked them like the 50 best ideas for Super Bowl foods.
Mm-hmm.
And I took out like anything that was like hyper regional that wouldn't make sense. So that's why some of their pictures aren't that descriptive. So I did. For everybody in the chat too, we'll read off what they're supposed to be.
Okay. Are these in alphabetical order?
They are in alphabetical order. I learned that mistake very early in making tiers, to start renaming all my image files, and then that way my index is alphabetized, and then they're also listed. in alphabetical order.
Cool. So that'll make it easy for me to figure out which is which here. So that means the first one, looking at this index, is bratwurst.
It is a bratwurst.
Ooh. You know, it's so true what you were saying earlier. I'm like, I just couldn't think of anything at the Super Bowl that I would actually not like. I'm like, I feel like everything here is going to be pretty good, but we'll see how much higher we go with some and how much lower we go with the other ones. So, all right, let's see what you think of bratwurst.
So bratwurst, I have famously said that I'm not a big fan.
Oh, really?
I don't know what it is, and it's funny because, like, pork is probably my favorite protein. But there's just, and you know, and I'm of German descent. Everything about what I'm saying sounds sacrilegious right now, but I think there's enough other sausages I'd rather have than a brat. I mean, brats belong at sport. Do you guys, so like in your stadiums, do you have the bratwurst option?
Yeah,
too,
I think in a number of them. Yeah, I mean, I don't know about Dodger Stadium, but I've been to some other baseball stadia, and they tend to have a bratwurst in there. Yeah, it's usually one of the choices.
I mean, I like sauerkraut. I like German mustard. I mean, the toppings are good.
Yeah,
it's just the bratwurst sausage itself. I mean, it's not doing much for me, Davey. I don't know.
That it's surprising to me. I thought you'd be about it.
I know. Persuade me, please, one way or the other.
If you make them yourself, they can be really juicy. Like, I really like making them myself. They're really good. Like, I mean, you can get that, you know, they have the natural casings, and they burst with flavor. So, I personally am a big fan. I'm a big fan. So now, I see that Deadly Frog 6502 says B. And Spike says, as long as there's no malort in that sausage, I think we're fine. That's above my pay grade. I think you might have a better idea than I do with that.
It's a disgusting bitter liquor that's like popular in the Midwest.
Oh, okay.
It's like alcoholic bile.
Ugh. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
No.
No.
11 River Song 11.
I'm sorry, River. I'm sorry, River.
Yeah.
I have betrayed them.
Cartwheels in their graves, he says. Wow. So I'm going to say, I would even say A. Now, we got a B vote in the chat. Where would you put them? Ooh.
I'm not excited. I would feel good about B. Now, again, I want to use. So remember how we had caveats for the Thanksgiving, like you know, this or that. The reason that they're not lower for me is because I think they're Super Bowl appropriate. Like hand foods in general.
Yeah.
Like something you can put a paper plate under. I mean, things are gonna drip out of it, fine, but like, and again, I have T's. Nachos are S tier no matter what. But like, you know, like spaghetti is not on this list. You know, you're not gonna, you know, spaghetti and meatballs is not a Super Bowl food, but a bratwurst makes sense. So I would say B because it belongs there, and the reason it's not low for me because I'm not crazy about bratwurst, but it's. I think B. I'm safe with B. If you want an A, I won't fight you for A. For me, it's a B.
Well, we have two B's and an A. I think we'll put it in B. That'd be fine. Let's go with B. There we go. So, let's now go to brownies, which is very much very much on brand. As you mentioned, it's a finger food. You can put it on a paper plate, and it's just delicious. Like, what's your feeling with the brownies?
I like brownies. I'm not a sweets guy in general, which we've talked about before.
Yes, this is
of the confectionery. I think brownies. I like a brownie. I like a cookie. It's normally when it gets to things like a cake with a bunch of icing or cupcakes. It's just too much. But I think a brownie because it's dense. I like. Here we go. Here's the question, Davey. Cakey brownies or fudgy brownies? When you get the box and it says add 1 egg, add 2 eggs for fudgy or 3 eggs for cakey, are you doing the 3 eggs or the 2?
No, I'm doing the 2. I want the fudgy. I want
right, me too.
Density.
Who wants cakey brownies?
If you just have cakey brownies, they're cake.
Just have cake. Exactly. You just want chocolate cake.
Yeah.
Just get a box of chocolate cake. Exactly. A brownie should be. I mean, I don't want to be able to build a fort out of them that's going to sustain a tight or a level 5 hurricane.
Yeah.
But Yeah, I want it to be dense. I want it to be yeah. So yeah, I like it. Ooh, another follow-up question. Walnuts or nuts in a brownie? Yay or nay?
I like them both, but I'm fine with them being in there. I'm fine with them not being in there. Like I wouldn't really be that bothered either way. I think walnuts might be just a little bit much, but I would still eat them that way. Given the choice, I'd probably go with regular peanuts or even just having them by themselves. What about you?
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of nuts inside of sweet things, cakes and stuff. Like I don't like carrot cake with nuts. I don't like fudge with nuts. I don't like brownie with nuts. But I like nuts. Like we were talking the other day. And you're like, oh, what are you having for lunch? I was like, handful of pistachios.
Ah, there you go.
So I do really enjoy nuts. It's just I don't know if I need them in. I'm trying to think if there's a. I mean, I like candy coated nuts. Like if you ever had like what they go like French burnt peanuts, which are just those bright red candy coated peanuts. And they have like a weird like pattern on the shell kind of thing.
I thought I might have had them once. Yeah, I can't remember though.
Like those are good, but I don't think I don't need them I don't need to bite into a brownie and hear a crunch. Unless a tooth fell out, then it'd be nice to know.
It's an interesting call. Yeah, I mean, I think given the choice, you probably find, because like
frog,
right?
Boston baked beans, same thing. French bird nuts and Boston baked beans, same thing.
Yeah, that's a good. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember Boston baked beans a bit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So cake, just like that 3D printed frog. Why is Spike saying that? That's interesting.
Who knows?
Spike says beer nuts. Yep. Deadly Frog rates the brownie a D, but he says so because I only want salty food while watching the game.
See, Frog and I are on the same level. Well, no, Frog does like sweets, though. I was going to say we're on the same level about sweets, but that's not true. He's a man who likes his sweets.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever eaten a dessert at a Super Bowl party. But that's just me because I don't really eat dessert.
I see.
But I like a brownie.
I definitely
like brownie.
Yeah, I mean, I've definitely eaten brownies at Super Bowls, or maybe not brownies, but I've eaten desserts. Absolutely, cookies are definitely part of the menu, at least in parties I've been at. So,
cookies are great because they're just grab a fistful and walk around.
Yeah.
I
mean, so I have to think this is at least a B. Deadly Frost is low C, well, but let's go with. I mean, I could even say A, but. Within the context of a Super Bowl, I don't think it's the first thing you think of, so I'm going to throw it at B. All right, so...
It's a good form factor.
Yeah.
They're little squares.
Yeah. Okay, so let us now go to Buffalo
This is a tough one for me, because I love buffalo cauliflower. But that's a weird choice for a Super Bowl party. This is a wild card I put in there.
That's interesting. Yeah, I mean, I would not complain about it. That sounds delicious to me.
It is good. Have you ever had like at a Middle Eastern restaurant where they literally just like fry cauliflower and then they'll normally put like tahini or something on top?
I think I've been to the restaurant. I've never ordered that. It's a good idea.
Definitely do it sometime.
Yeah.
But basically, think of the same thing except now they're tossing it in buffalo wing sauce.
Oh,
it's fantastic.
That sounds great. Yeah.
It is. It's really good.
I mean, buffalo makes it kind of perfect for the game, though. So it's kind of a nice option for those who can't eat meat, for example. Like that's a great alternative.
And that's why I was like, it's a wild card because you do need some. I mean, look at the list. There's nothing for a vegan in here.
Yeah.
So,
I would not fight you if you said B.
Spike has a good point. I mean, it is fork food.
Right.
That's a hard. I mean, they're florets, but you're not just gonna get a fistful of.
You can't exactly throw them in your hands like this.
Roll around, pop a couple in.
Yeah.
God, I love it, but it's tough in this context.
Yeah, I mean, I think having to use a fork to eat it would dock it a little bit. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's bad because, like, then you've got chili, which I think is coming up here. And I would love chili. I don't think chili's great for Super Bowls, and you do need a utensil for that, too. So I think so utensils alone aren't going to dock it. But I think most of the chat seems to be on the board of... So what do you think, C, then? Would that be the consensus chat? What do you all think? Like, would you be okay with C, Brett?
Yeah.
Okay. Because even B would be fine for me, but C seems right.
I will allow it because it's tough for a Super Bowl theme, but it's a great food.
Yeah.
That's why all these decisions are gonna be hard. I don't think there's anything here I don't want.
Yeah, right.
So,
I mean, if it was my own ranking without the consultation of the chat, I probably would put it at B. But I think I just put it at C. I think that's fair. That's fair. Hey, welcome in, Jason. Jason L. Rush, welcome in. And you're very kind to answer him in the chat. That's very ninja of you. I didn't even notice you did that. That's pretty good.
Tricky.
Very nicely done. But all right, so now we're up to. Let's see. This is hummus, or this is
buffalo chicken dip. Buffalo chicken dip, which is, I don't know if it's as popular around you, but like every office potluck, somebody brings in hot buffalo chicken dip in a giant crock pot. It's like the thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys do that or not, but it's everywhere.
Interesting. Yeah, no, that's definitely an East Coast thing. I've never heard of it before, to be honest with you.
So it's
great,
like
though.
it's basically especially you get a bunch of boneless, skinless chicken breasts. You throw them in a crock pot with buffalo sauce, I think butter, and like a packet of the Hidden Valley Ranch, ranch dressing seasoning, and then you just let it do its thing, and then you shred it. And there's a cheese element also in there I'm missing. You might add blue cheese. I don't remember what cheese you add. And then basically you end up with just like a chicken-filled buffalo dip.
Okay, that sounds great. So it's a little bit like, it's like I don't know, it's maybe like a crab dip or something like that. You know, something like that kind of a dip.
Yeah. Think of like a hot crab dip.
Okay.
Except like if it was a buffalo chicken wing instead.
Oh, I would be down for that. So let's see where everybody else is in the chat.
Yeah, anybody else do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, add cream cheese. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I like it. Okay, so I mean, I've never had it, so I don't have a rating. So I don't have a grade. So what would your grade be?
I mean, to me, it's an A tier, but I love dips, hot dips, like chips and dip. All right, when it's like sour cream and onion, fine. But a hot dip, I love a hot dip, and I definitely like it more than bratwurst and brownies. I definitely want to see it more often. So I want to say A, but I don't know about what about.
I think
Frog.
Froggy said A, and so I won't fight you for A. I think A would be fine. Let's go throw it up there.
I will, Davy, remind me, and I will send you the recipe for it.
Oh yes, I'll take you up on that.
Yeah, remind me, and I will do that. And you're going to be a hero. You're going to be a hero with a crock pot, and it literally takes no effort.
I love it. Ooh, yeah, crock pots make a lot of magic, I tell you. So that I'm all. Thank you very much for offering that recipe. I'll gladly take it. One Tampa Rob's in the chat too. Good to see you, One Tampa. Now this fella over here, One Tampa Rob. This dude knows meats. He is very good at smoking meat. So.
Oh yes. He was in our Thanksgiving discussion too.
Yep.
Awesome.
Great to see you back, Rob. Welcome in. I hope you've been doing well with the smoker these days. I know. Now in Tampa, I don't think it had gotten that cold, but hopefully, whatever the weather is, you've been managing some good cooking on your end. Jason had a really good story, by the way, about something. Let me see. I went to a daddy-daughter dance 2 weekends ago. Started talking to a dude in line with me, and a while later, I noticed that the photographers were paying a ton of attention to him. It was Anthony Harris. How about that? Safety for the Eagles.
Very cool.
That's cool. Cool. All right, so on we go. Let's see. What do we have next? See, it's just a very simple matter of fact. When it comes to football, you add buffalo to something, and it instantly improves its stature within the context of a football game.
Right?
Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. It's like, yeah, I'll eat buffalo cookies. I don't care. Give it to me.
All right, so we are now up to. Oh my goodness,
Calzone.
Well, we are up to calzones. Yeah. Now, this is similar to what we were talking about with lasagna at Thanksgiving. It's like, lasagna I like, but it doesn't fit Thanksgiving. No. What do you think about calzones?
So it's funny, growing up, when my parents hosted more parties and stuff when we were younger kids, we used to do pepperoni rolls, which were basically Stromboli. So it's just, so you take like pre-made rectangle of dough.
Yeah.
And it just layered pepperoni, and I think usually it was mozzarella.
Okay.
But you kind of roll it up like you would roll up a like cinnamon rolls, and then you kind of chop it up so they're little segments. They're little pepperoni roll segments instead, and then it would go on like the hot tray thingy. So those were always at parties, and I forget, there's something you used to put on the crust. I want to say like maybe sesame seeds. I forget something, but yeah, pepperoni rolls were always at every sporting type party thing, but not a calzone. But I'm also not Italian, and pepperoni rolls I know are more regional too.
Yeah, I mean,
that's a tough one. I mean, you could cut it up.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like,
that's, you bite into it.
Yeah. I mean, I think calzones in general are great. I mean, you would think that, well, they're so similar to pizza. Why wouldn't you put them on the same level as pizza? But you just explained it. It's because they would be tougher to eat.
It's a little messy.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, I've never actually attempted to. I don't think I've ever seen a calzone at a Super Bowl party. In my experience, have you seen one?
No. No.
Interesting.
So,
right?
I mean, pizza definitely, and then there's a regional thing to this area that's originated in Norristown, Pennsylvania, called tomato pie. I don't know if you've ever heard of tomato pies. They're actually sold at Italian bakeries, not pizza shops. It's a yeasted risen. So the crust is sort of like, think of like a Sicilian style.
Okay.
And then it's a chunky tomato sauce that goes on top, and then they just sprinkle a little bit of grated Parmesan.
Yep.
And it's served at a room temp, but it's very olive oily too, sort of like you get with like a focaccia. So we had that a lot. I had an uncle who has passed away a long time ago, but he was Italian from Norristown, and Thanksgiving, he'd make tomato pies. It was great. But that's at everything. But that's not leaving this area. There's so many things I like to talk about when it comes to food.
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah, you people have no idea. But tomato pie, that's an Eastern Pennsylvania delicacy, as you will.
I'll tell you what.
So if you're ever in the area, they sell it in grocery stores. Like you go to the baker department, like a Wegmans, and they'll have just boxes of like Philadelphia's own tomato pie.
Cool.
Yeah, it's very good.
You have Wegmans in your area. That's really cool. I always thought that was a good thing, but that's really great. Super great. Let's see. Comments in the chat. Calzone versus Stromboli. That's a more interesting question, because Stromboli would be a much better fit for like parties, right?
Yeah, calzone's tough because you're normally looking at basically a pizza folded in half.
Yeah.
Logistically speaking.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Jason says my mouth is watering. Spike says, let's just hope there's no Scrappleton on that. Scrapple on that list?
Scrapple on the. I love Scrapple. Well, that's
Scrapple.
I love Scrapple.
I've never had it, but I know I like it because I've seen it. I'm like, oh, I'd be all about Scrapple. It looks great.
Hey, so. if generations are still eating it when it's pork scraps, it's got to taste good.
Absolutely.
Like now when people can economically afford not to eat Scrapple, yet we still are, it means it tastes good.
Good stuff.
That's the way I look at it. But yeah, all right. So calzone. Sorry.
Yeah, let's go rank this. It's got,
C or D probably.
Yeah,
just form factor.
Yeah. Strictly on aesthetics, honestly. Like, it tastes amazing. I love calzones, but it's just like, it's just too inconvenient. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's what we're docking it for.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. Wings. I mean, come on. Come on.
Fly, Eagles, fly. Gotta be.
Yeah. I mean, they ain't going anywhere without their wings.
Yeah. Exactly.
I mean, if anybody in chat says that, well, I know there's,
well, unless you just can't eat them, right, for whatever reason. But
well, there's people that won't eat meats that have bones in them because they're weird. But yeah, I mean, wings. Come on,
they're good. That's what it's all about.
even a bad wing. I mean, I don't like a bad wing, but even a bad wing is still good.
Now that was an easy one. That was a particularly easy one.
Oh, super
Slam
easy.
dunk. Like you always think of wings, like even like a regular season, you think about buffalo wings. So Super Bowl.
Yeah, man. I don't care. Hockey, just sports.
Yeah.
Sports and wings, man.
That's what it's all about. That brings us up to chili, and
chili again. So like we did with buffalo chicken dip, we're in February. It's coldish. Well, you're better off than I am, but it is cold as shit here. It is so cold. You have to have these hot type bubbling cauldrons of food. And chili is a manly stew.
Yeah.
I was gonna say soup. I wouldn't call it a soup, but it's a manly stew. It's got fire in it and usually beans, but it depends. But yeah, I mean, come on, what else? I mean, that's iconic, right?
Oh, there's no question. And numerous Super Bowl parties in my past, we've had chili. It's a great call. So, are we talking Fly Eagles Fly good, or are we talking A good?
Oh, do I like it as much as wings?
I don't know. This is interesting.
Okay, wait, hold on. All right, so this is Super Bowl, Brett. So don't think I was like, well, I don't want to watch with a baseball game, but we're not talking about that.
Nope. Nope.
God, it's an A or an S, and you're the host. This is your call.
Oh wow. Let's go get to the chat and get some ideas. Where would you put them? Would you go S or A? But one tape of Rob, I'm really excited about your 14-pound turkey going in the smoker Saturday. Perhaps I'm not as excited about your weather though. 50 degrees and rainy. That's pretty cold for Tampa. So well, that'll probably pass at some point, hopefully.
So Brad's saying it has to be a finger food for a Fly Eagles Fly.
Okay.
So if there's a bowl involved, maybe. I mean, there is more accoutrement involved when it is a bowl of chili.
Mm-hmm.
There is more cleanup. I mean, that's a valid point. But again, you're making this is you. This is a 100% Davy decision.
Wow, what pressure!
Yeah.
I mean, look. Let's just put it a day, and we can circle back to it later. I'll see if I feel persuaded to bring it up to Fly Eagles Fly territory. I love it a lot, though.
If like Aaron pops in and just starts yelling at us like always, tells us how wrong we are.
Yeah. Oh, hello, Calabi. Let's see ya. I know. This wouldn't be a complete tier list episode without Aaron yelling at us about these categories. So I'm looking forward to her coming.
Are you nuts?
That's why Aaron is Aaron, though. We love Aaron. Aaron is great.
It's great.
Shout out to Aaron.
I always say I love anybody with an opinion.
Yeah.
There's no people I don't like being around more than people that don't have opinions because they're boring.
Ooh, I see.
People without opinions are very boring to me. Like I don't want to fight. I don't like arguing. Like I don't like arguing. I like it like a fun. Like this is a fun little debate kind of thing. This is fun. So yeah. I like you to have an opinion. But like whenever you talk something like, oh, I don't know. Whatever.
Whatever you like.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember the scene in Coming into America, wherever like that lady?
Yeah.
And she's like,
whatever
you want to do.
What kind of music do you like? Whatever kind of music you like. Yeah. I love that movie.
Oh, it's a great movie. Oh, so good. Let's see. Brad Lauren says 80 degrees and sunny for Super Bowl Sunday. Nice. Pump it up. And behind us, Team Boom Frozen. I love it. So this is for you, Mond, or do you want me to roast someone else? What would you like me to do? Let me know.
The Davy roast, always good.
Oh yeah, Davy roast. Well, let's go take a break. We'll do the I can choose. Okay. And Thursday stitches get removed. Pump it up again. That's great, Mond. I love it. Let me see what I can do. All right, so we're gonna do the roast. Then we'll do starting lineup, and then we'll get back to our rankings. And so let me do the roast first. Actually, let me do this one so that you can be on there too. All right. I got my decor all put together.
Hold on for your roast. I'll bring back the fuck you. There you go.
I'm gonna do a roast of Brettington. I am so proud of you for the growth, for the incredible growth that you've had on Twitch so far. I mean, in only about what feels like a week and a half, you've already gone from like nothing to affiliate. That is amazing. I gotta give you props for that. That's awesome. And I love that you have your own ideas when it comes to some of these designs, including having a walking, talking, fuck you, walking finger. That's brilliance right there. So thanks for being a part of this experience. I really appreciate your support of the Sandwich Show. And
I will never come back from that burn, Davy. I may never recover.
Oh, that's so good. Mon, so good. Thank you for the redeem. Appreciate you. Yeah, and we'll see how long we can see if we can get some counseling for our friend Brettington Frothingslosh. After that,
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Woo, boy.
Ruthless.
Yeah. Let's see. Mon says I'll take a pic. Oh, super good. Yeah, let us know. Mon, it's so good to see you again. And Rob says, do you fried mozzarella and cheese sticks on the menu here? Is it on the menu? Let me see. Fried mozza sticks.
I don't think they are.
I don't think they're on the menu.
I don't think there's a ton. I mean, there's a couple of fried things.
Okay.
Like there's fried pickles here. But
okay.
There's not a ton of. I think it's probably there's French fries and stuff, but fries you can bake. I think a lot of it comes down to like again where I pulled this from is more for things you're gonna make at home.
Okay. Let's get.
I mean, you could bake mozzarella. But yeah.
Okay. And garlic bread's not on here either, but but I wasn't expecting it to be though. In that case, Spike, because it's kind of like I've never thought about that. That's interesting. But anyway, let's do starting lineup. We'll continue with our rankings. Hey, get that booty.
Get that thick frog.
Yeah. Let's do it. All right, folks. If you want to be in the starting lineup, exclamation point lineup in the chat, and I'll read your name off basketball style, including our co-host tonight, Brettington Frothingslosh. Let's do it. Exclamation point lineup to get in the lineup tonight. And CT, if I don't see you in here, I'm going to put you in here anyway. Let's do it. Let's do it. And now, the starting lineup for your Davy's Eating a Sandwich Choo-Choo! Leading off, music is in his name. He just started streaming on Twitch, and he will be a part of the Karaoke Night Volume 4 coming up on Thursday night. Chris Thompson, CT Music. One of the members of the PGC community, a good friend of Brettington Frothingslosh. Say hello to Spike Tiger. And not only a fan of the meats, but a fan of Twitch music, including great stars like Josh Turk and Anel over on the Twitch music platform. Give it up to one of the gurus of the smoker, One Tampa Raw! And one of our good friends from Irene Pena Music's community, a generous soul, one of the kindest people all over Twitch, giving a huge donor to the Sandwich Show. Give it up for one of our VIPs, Brad Lauren Ipso! And lastly but not leastly, our co-host tonight, the co-host of the Pretty Good Cooking Podcast, and now a new Twitch star in his own right, 3D printing booties and fingers for you.
Booties and fingers.
Put your fingers together. Brettington Frothingslosh. Ladies, gentlemen, and non-binaries, your Davy's Eating a Sandwich Choo-Choo! Give it up, everybody. Give it up. Deadly Fox says, why, Brett? Why? Good stuff. Good stuff. Well, thank you very much for the redeem, CT. Appreciate you're doing that for us. And again, we can get our friend Brettington to 100 followers tonight. If you just go over to his channel and give him a follow, can we give a shout out to Brettington one more time, CT? And we'll make it happen, hopefully. I think you had like 79 last time I checked, which is really good. It was really good.
Yeah, I was doing some new scenes before we joined. I think at 81. I want to say we're at. Yeah, it's.
Ooh,
I know. Who would have thought?
good
Makes no sense.
stuff. Yeah, that's some good shit.
But yeah, everybody, you're welcome to come in and hang out and just watch my 3D printer, listen to some music, and talk shit in the chat during your workday. It's fun. I mean, people pop in and out. It's great when people they pop out and then 2 hours later holy shit, I see a leg.
It's magical. You can go to lunch and you're like, oh man, I can see a thigh now. This is great.
There's a thing.
So good. I think part of the fun of it is just trying to guess what it is. When you start, it starts off flat, and then it's this could be, one case it's a helmet, in another case it's a utensil, in another case, there's all sorts of different possibilities. So we love it a lot. So let's go back to the rankings now, and we return to our tier list. And we left off, we were talking about chili. One Tampa Rob says, did you see nude scenes or nude scenes? Your answer will determine if I follow you. Oh man.
Full frontal, baby.
Yeah.
Come on by.
Rob says, I hope it was new.
Oh
well. But all right, so we are now up to cocktail meatballs. Now, I thought that was an interesting name for them, but I know what you mean because they're little.
they're the that
yeah,
ones.
Yeah.
This was on every, I think it was every can of Ocean Spray cranberry jellied sauce, because it was, because people only use it at Thanksgiving. It's the ultimate party meatballs. It's 2 pounds of frozen cocktail meatballs, a can of jellied cranberry sauce, and a bottle of Heinz chili sauce, and you mix it all up and put it in a crock pot, and it makes lightly spicy. It makes hot and sour meatballs. They're actually pretty good, oddly enough. But dude, I can't escape those damn things. Every picnic has them.
Yeah.
It was I made the special. It's oh, good, you mixed 2 containers together and bought frozen meatballs. Let me go get the metal from the car. But I don't know. They're fine. They fit on a toothpick. Whatever. I don't. These I normally fill up on cocktail meatballs when everything else is just chips and shit. It's the only way I can get food, especially if I'm drinking. It's the only protein option where I could just get something inside of me that's going to sop up the rest of everything else I've thrown in there.
Yeah.
But beyond that, it's whatever. They're a whatever.
I like them. I think they're tasty, and we can pop them in your mouth really easily. Those are good. So
balls that you can fit in your mouth easily are very good, Davy. I will quote you on that. Thank you.
Oh, love it. All right, so Brad says C. What does the rest of the chat think of these Swedish meatballs? These tiny cocktail meatballs.
I'm a C too, just because I just don't care. If they're there, okay. If they're not there, okay.
I will admit that it's the kind of thing where it can be beat out by something else, right? If you see Doritos and you see meatballs, you're probably going to go with the Doritos. If you see cookies and meatballs, you're probably going to go with the cookies. If you see buffalo wings and meatballs like that, absolutely. I mean, why would you ever pick the meatballs over the buffalo wings? That's just not
If
happening.
you're a crazy person.
Some people are, but I'm not. So let's go put it at C. I think that seems right about where it should be. So we got that. Yeah. All right. So now cookies, and you selected an enormous cookie. I wish I could zoom in on this.
Yeah. Well, the recipe was for a it's a giant cookie you make in a cast iron pan and then cut wedges out of.
Oh, it's one of those.
Which I think is it's a cool idea. Yeah.
I like it.
we talked about. I mean, cookies are great if you're gonna have a dessert. They're not like if there's kids there. Unlike like you'll see later, there's cupcakes. That icing is going right on your floor. There's no there and in your furniture.
Yeah.
But a cookie, it's just crumbs. That's fine. That vacuums. So they're a great handheld because it doesn't matter if it's a finger food or not. Kids are using their hands for it, and at least a cookie's made for just meh. So and they're good. Who doesn't like a chocolate chip cookie? Crazy people, maybe. I don't know. But,
yeah, I'm down with chocolate chip cookies all the time. Let's do it. So let's throw them up at. Goodness, I got to say, Fly Eagles Fly. What do you think?
I won't fight you. I mean, I like a cookie.
Yeah, let's go. Right at the top. Fly Eagles Fly. Let's go. Okay, so comments in the chat. Brad says, at the end of the night, when nothing is left, you go meatballs. That's a really good. Yeah, I like that. I like that because it's a good last resort food.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like if it's if it's the beginning of the fourth quarter, I've drank my weight in whiskey, and I gotta drive home in about 2 hours. I'm looking at those meatballs like, all right,
yeah,
you guys got some work to do, and that's probably the only reason I'm eating them.
Yep, I like it. So now that brings us up to. So we did cookies.
This is crab dip. So hot crab dip.
Oh, so our friend Stuart Hayek, Modfather, he was pimping the crab dip, and for good reason.
Love crab dip.
It's great.
Love crab dip.
Oh, it's so good. So, I mean, I think the chat can certainly convince us to go higher or lower, but shoot, I could put
at least an A.
It has to be at least an A. At least an A. Yeah, Brad says A. Okay.
The only thing that I would say that would keep it under Fly Eagles Fly is if you're actually using crab like you're supposed to, even if you're using the special or whatever the lowest grade is, it's still, especially right now, crab is insanely expensive.
Oh, yeah.
That's a very expensive dip to make.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's another thing I can probably eat my weight in is crab dip. It's good.
I haven't had it in a while. I would love to have some crab dip again in my life. I don't know where I'd have to go to get it, but even at a restaurant, like $30, okay, fine. It's been that long. I really want to try it. So, okay, great. So crab dip at A. Let's proceed. We have next the cupcakes. And, there are a lot of pratfalls to cupcakes. And Brad says, go to Maryland, Davy. Absolutely. I should absolutely go to Maryland. That sounds like a great call. I love it, Brad. It's a great call. Football cupcakes. Or just cupcakes, I guess. Yeah, they're fine. Like, I don't know. Like,
is the cupcake fad older? I mean, you're in California, which is like the mecca of cupcake cuteness.
Oh, sure.
Is it gone? Cupcakes. Are we done? Are we done with the cute cupcake? Are we done with wedding cake? Cupcake wedding cakes?
That's a hell of a question. I mean, no, we're not done with the cupcake fad, but this is not that kind of cupcake. We're not talking about fancy cupcakes for Super Bowls.
but really, I mean, they're good enough. I mean, it's nice because they're mini cakes. So the problem with cake is you got to slice it. It falls it's all over the place. It gets kind of stale and dry really quick. Cupcakes, it avoids all those pratfalls. So they're basically miniature cakes to put in your big dumb face.
Yeah.
But that said, I don't know. It's fine. I mean, this is cute. The picture's cute. I mean, look at that. They got one of those yard lines.
I do like all these. Yeah, exactly. They got the 20, the 30, the 10. It's harder. It might be harder for the people watching this to see that, but I might be able to zoom in on it. No, I cannot. Okay, that's fine. But yeah, it's cool. You even have some with goalposts on them. That's really cool.
Yeah, it's fun. It's like something my mom would have done like when I was like 10.
Yeah, I mean, it's clever. I like it. But they get messy. They kind of get over your fingers,
Like I said, if there's a kid there, they're going to walk 2 feet.
Yeah.
It falls. It always lands icing first. There's no way it doesn't.
Yeah.
And just... Yeah. And of course, that's the only room you have carpet in. It's just in the carpet now. It is part of the carpet.
Yep. Yeah, I dig it. It looks like there's another poll up for favorite candy. So if you want
favorite candy, I answered that one. It's chocolate and peanut butter always wins me over.
Oh, is Reese's one of the choices? Oh, there's no doubt. This is going to be a short poll.
Chocolate and peanut butter is like is a combination made in heaven.
It really is. It's so great. As long as you don't have the allergies or whatever, but
yeah,
all things being equal, it is just
fantastic.
I would love any way to combine them that you can find. I'm all about it too. So I'm a big fan.
I'm in.
Okay. So the chat was going, cupcakes are a solid D, A good, D bad, meaning if they were good cupcakes, it'd be an A, Brad. Wait till you add Reese's Pieces. Ooh. I do like Reese's Pieces. Yeah, big fan.
It's tough with cupcakes because there are bad. I mean, dry-ass cupcakes suck.
Ugh.
Or, oh, God, remember like that gel icing? When you were a kid, did you ever get those, like where it's like that jelly, like it's a thin, almost like translucent, like colored jelly?
No.
Really like stained.
Oh, I hate that. Oh,
remember that?
No.
Remember that? Oh,
God,
and they used
so
to.
bad. It's like goo.
Oh, God. Yeah.
No.
If you show up with goo cupcakes, I'm locking you out of my house. And you're never invited back.
I love it a lot. Well, I think the consensus has it at C, and that's if you're generous. I think I probably would.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's got a great where like if it's like somebody's wife and they're really into baking, so they make these really cute cupcakes for Super Bowl, let her have her fun.
Yeah, okay.
But past that, I'm not gonna request them.
One Tampa Rob says that gel icing is like snot on a cupcake. Exactly.
Yeah, it's disgusting,
it's so
and it
bad.
stains like everything
Yeah.
because it's so full of dye. It's disgusting.
Yeah, it's a fantastic point, Rob. All right, so now this next one looks like cupcakes, but these are actually football chocolates.
Yeah, so it says, well, yeah, and the list says football chocolate, but let's just say like chocolates in general.
Okay.
Maybe you go get a Whitman's sampler.
Okay.
From the CVS or something. But chocolates in general.
I mean, candy in general seems like a good fit for a Super Bowl. So yeah, I'm about it. I'm gonna go like in a solid A or even a B.
I would say B because we have bratwurst some brownies already there. I don't think chocolates are better than a brownie.
Oh no. Good point. Yeah, I can't break them above brownies. Yeah, good point.
Yeah, I think they're same level. I'm not huge on. I mean, I say I'm not huge on. So at work, my team at work, they sent me a big old box of Godiva truffles as a Christmas present this year, and I'm like, oh, and I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna, and I'm never gonna get through this. I think it lasted a week, which is insane for me because I'm not into chocolate, but god damn, are they good. So yeah, I say I'm not that into chocolates, but I guess if you send me the right ones, I'm into chocolate.
Well, it's interesting because that's a really good that's a good mark on Godiva if that's how good they are. That even someone who's regularly not into sweets can finish it within a week. That's a good thing.
I mean, I have the figure for it. I can put down the calories. But...
hey, Breaded Pigeons, welcome in. How you doing? Our friend Breaded
welcome.
Pigeons. Nice to see you.
Oh, and a Bean Boozled. Aren't you lucky?
Oh, yay. I just had like a bunch of them yesterday. That's all that is. Well, thank you for the redeem anyway. I'm ready. Even though I groan and moan and groan during these, I am still very thankful for the redeems. So welcome in. I knew I wasn't going to get away with the entire show without doing a Bean Boozled. So it's all good.
Not.
Impossible. I haven't seen Danny K get a Bean Boozled in a while though, but that's also because I haven't been there in a while. But it's been a minute.
He's still sorting out his new layout.
Yeah. That's true. Still trying to figure out his new tech. Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's do some Bean Boozled tonight. The poll was a tie. Well, between what? How could Reese's have tied with anything?
Skittles. Can you believe that? Yeah.
Oh, that's outrageous. That's just somebody trying to tie the poll deliberately like that.
I'm about to storm the Capitol on that result.
No, we don't have to go that far. Good times. One Tampa Rob says, I like the molasses chews. Yeah. Skittles are the devil's candy. I like Skittles, but no.
I like Skittles, but they're not over a Reese's peanut butter cup.
I mean,
never.
I have to agree to disagree on that one, folks. But
yeah, whoever voted for that, send me your address, and I'm gonna send someone knocking.
All right, I stalled enough. So here's the bean tonight. It is either barf or peach. Get the water ready because it's probably gonna be the barf one. We'll see. It's the peach.
There you go.
Pump it up.
It's a good night for you.
Up. Woo. Oh, I love the peach. That's why I'm always so happy when I get peach, because peach is my favorite fruit. Really, really good.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, especially like when they're fresh and in season in the summer. So good.
A bad peach is very bad.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Bad peaches are tasteless. They're really, really bad.
And just hard and fibrous. Yeah, they're terrible.
Yeah, just difficult eats. Which is so, you really only get a window of like maybe like 3 to 4 weeks.
It's a brief window. My garden this year gave me more hot pepper. I have, I think, 3 gallon size Ziploc bags full of habaneros. So I made, and that's from one plant, and then plus the other plants of stuff I had. And I made a peach habanero hot sauce this year.
That just sounds great. I mean, mango habanero is already really great, but peach habanero,
Well, that's what it was. Like, mango is played. I'm like, I think a peach would work. And it's great because it's just it really tames the habaneros really nicely. But it goes on pretty much anything.
Yeah.
It was great. I still there's tons in the freezer of the habanero. So once peaches are doable again, another batch is coming. That's for sure.
Yeah. And I should remind our friend Bretton, if in the next hour or so, I think you'll get another shot at Bean Boozled if you want to, if you've got the points. So plenty of opportunities to get that back.
Yes, if you hate Davy, just keep on redeeming.
Well, it's kind of interesting because I kind of see it as like a special like subversive token of affection when they do the Bean Boozled redeem. So
I always thought I understand like a lot, and people like it, but I never redeem any of the punishment stuff with streamers. I don't. This isn't a judgment on anybody whatsoever. It just seems weird to me to appreciate somebody by punishing them. Like, oh man, I really like your stream. Go eat some dog shit. It just seems weird to me. Right?
I can see it does on paper. It definitely does on the surface.
Right?
It does. But I know where they're coming from. That's kind of like, this is entertaining. It's fun. He's a good sport, and I like to maintain that myself. So like I'm always happy to accommodate these requests.
And don't get me wrong. I'm a ball buster beyond ball busters, but like there's just certain things like, why? But like I said, that's not a judgment call. I know people love it. I'm in a minority here. I know that.
Well, Pinball agrees with you. The Pinball Sorcerer.
All right,
welcome
thank
in.
you.
Yeah.
Hey,
Pinball.
Team me.
Team you. Oh, Pinball, I got something for you. Pump it up. Thanks for the redeem, Pinball. Appreciate you very much. Let's see. Oh, and I love your comment, CT. You made me think of our friend PP. Pick it up, put it down. Pump it up, pump it down. Pump it up, pump it down. I like PP. PP's cool. Let's see. Oh, Rob, well played, Rob. So Rob's the one who tied the poll. He just wanted to tie it. Well played. Well played. That's a thing in some channels. So it's all good. All right, let's get back to the list. And we are now up to
fried pickles. I love fried pickles, but I don't know if I've ever seen them at a Super Bowl.
It's probably just
fried
too much
pickles
work.
are amazing.
Oh, I love fried pickles. I love fried pickles.
Fried pickles are so good.
Oh, so good.
I will say it's like the only thing Hooters gets right. Their wings are terrible, but their fried pickles are good. But yeah, fried pickle. I love fried pickles.
Oh, yeah.
That's sour, salty. So good. So good.
I'm going to say A. Oh, we didn't rank the chocolates yet. Oops.
I put it in B.
Yeah, B's good. B's good. Because we said we couldn't
brownies.
Can't do it above brownies, yeah.
Pickles is God, if somebody had that at the Super Bowl party, man, I'd be so hype. If they had fried pickles at their Super Bowl party.
I think I've just never seen it there, but if I did, it would be big. I would put it at A. Brad says B because they're good, but not what I think of for Super Bowl. Okay, well, I think that's fair. Brad says B.
Yeah, A or B. God, I want them. But the Super Bowl part, this is the same thing we had with Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah.
Where we're like, duck is amazing. Shit, we're talking about Thanksgiving now.
Yeah.
And I feel like we're that same. This tier list I said was going to be harder, and I feel like this is harder than any tier list we've done. This one's. All of these are pretty good.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's exactly what I was thinking this week. I was like, This is going to be particularly interesting because I just can't think of anything that I would actually hate. And so far, really, there hasn't been anything. Like, I mean, I like to try. I have never tried the buffalo cauliflower, but I want to. Yeah. And calzone, same thing. And the meatballs, same thing. Chocolates, absolutely. Brownies, you know. So it's just a matter of context in this case. Like, does it fit the context?
Do we want to put it as... should we put it... A, because we want it, but B, because it doesn't belong in us. Well, you don't think of it as... It's not that it doesn't belong. If somebody did, I'd be like, you're my hero.
Yeah.
But I don't... I want to say B. I mean, it is a finger food. It's a great finger food.
It fits the definition of like a Super Bowl snack, though. That's what's so interesting about it.
It does, but it's just never there.
Yeah.
That's why I put it in the list, because that's why I said there's gonna be some wild cards in here.
Yeah.
This was one I knew would be a wild card.
Yeah, that's a very interesting decision. I think I can't put it at A just because, like you said, it's not the first thing you think about at Super Bowl.
All right,
parties.
let's do it with a B for reluctantly.
Yeah, reluctantly. I dig it.
Yes.
All right, so now we are up to... Wait, Brad says, Davey, you'll be serving all the FEF and A's next Sunday. I'm only 5 hours away. Oh.
I'm going to send him a recipe for the buffalo chicken dip, so you go ahead, show
I wish
up.
I could do that, Brad. Unfortunately, I'm out of town. I would love to do that. I'd love to do...
He's lying to you. He's lying to you. He's really there. No,
but what we did last weekend is, I think you might have even been on the stream with us. Were you on the stream with us? I'm not sure, but...
No, I couldn't make it.
Oh, no worries. But
yeah,
it was a fun stream. Like, we were just eating all the S tier level snacks. So he was saying, like, you could do this too with these too. And, like, I wish I could, but I won't be on stream, unfortunately. But one of these years I will do that. That would be a really fun stream, like a Super Bowl stream where you're just eating, like, cookies and, like, buffalo dip and chili and wings like that.
It's like a Super Bowl mukbang. Yeah.
100. Oh, for sure. We could even conference other people in, like, hey, what are you guys having? Oh, we're having pizza. Like, that's really great, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That'd be great. So, Brad, I love the idea. Hey, if you are, maybe I'll pop over too.
Yeah, right?
I love it. Okay, so let's see. We are now up to Frito pie. Is that right?
Frito pie.
Okay.
Yep. I like it, but that's a lot of work.
Yeah.
It's great because it's literally opening up a bag of Fritos and putting all the shit in it. It'd be fun for like kids and teenagers that aren't really interested in the game. That's a great food for it's like an activity food. Like you could put out all the stuff for it and they could do it. But it's a lot of work.
Yeah. It is a lot of work, and it's more of a picnic thing, you know. I kind of think of it more for picnics than I do for Super Bowl parties. It's just going to be too crowded there. Like, there's too many other foods it's competing with. I'm not really sure if it's worth all the effort. So, Rob's out of here. Well, Davey and Brett, I must be off. You guys take care. Rob, can I just make a point before you go? Rob? So, barbecue ribs is on this list right here. To me, it's going straight to the Fly Eagles Fly category, especially if you're the one spoken to them, and that's like even above that. So, what do you?
That's a preview. I won't fight you on that. I like ribs.
Okay, so when we get to that, that's where it's going. It's going to be Fly Eagles Fly for us. Yeah, but take care, Rob. It's so nice to see you.
Go Birds.
Yeah, right, Rob. Yeah, go Birds. I love it.
Go Birds.
Is he a Tampa fan? I didn't even know. I didn't even think to ask him. Like,
I don't know.
That's a good question. But anyway,
do you think we have our first D? Because the things in C, I feel like I could still, well, other than the cauliflower, might probably not see. The other three, I feel like you could still see. I don't think anybody's gonna make Frito pie for Super Bowl.
I can't. Like, it's just, that's a lot of work, and then like eating it is work too. Like, you gotta get it in the bag, and you can't drop it, and you gotta hold on to it, and it's just too much. Like,
let's give it the first D treatment.
First D treatment, yeah. Not because we don't like Frito pie. We love Frito pie, but it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Food wise, it's a great thing, but I would rather buy a Frito pie from a food truck.
Yeah, right on. Oh, cool. Oh, you're a Steeler fan. Well, so am I, Rob. I'm a Steeler fan too. Yeah.
All right. My mom's a Steeler fan. She's from Pittsburgh, so I'll allow it. I will allow it.
Is that even a rivalry though? Like, I mean, they're in different conferences. Like, I always wondered.
Yeah. It's you know, Pennsylvania's a big state. It's like 6.5-ish hours across if you go east to west. So it's just really wide. And I actually went to Penn State, which is like directly in the center.
Okay.
So you're either, so then when you're there's Steelers bars and there's Eagles bars. And my bar was an Eagles bar, thankfully. So I hung out in an Eagles bar. But yeah, it's like when you're there, it's my dad's from just outside Philly and my mom's from Pittsburgh. So my mom roots for both. She's lived here a hell of a lot longer now. She lived in Pittsburgh. She's like, I like both. I'm like, it doesn't work that way.
That's great.
It's fine.
Cool.
It's
cool
fine.
Beans.
But
so Rob is a Steeler fan. Deadly Frog is a Saint fan. That's not surprising. That's awesome. Representing the Creole region. Are you from Louisiana proper, Deadly Frog? Doesn't really matter, but I mean, that's cool that you're a Saint fan. So that's.
I believe, Frog, you can correct me. I believe you're south and west of Louisiana, if I'm not mistaken. But close enough.
Well, have a great night, Rob, and enjoy taking care of your father-in-law. That's awesome. Much love to you and your family.
Brad, you're not wrong. That's what we did. We call I normally call it Alabama for the middle. That's the Pennsylvania area.
Oh yeah, I've heard. It's
Middle PA can be other than State College, is an interesting place.
I've heard. Yeah. Spike Tiger says I'm a food fan.
If you ever come visit my area, just stick by me. You'll be fine.
Cool beans. Where would you take people if they said, "Hey, is this because like I have another friend who's in Philadelphia, and when it comes to cheesesteaks, he's like, just go wherever. It doesn't matter. Like you don't have to go to a specific spot for them. Do you feel similarly?
All right, so I'm not in. So I'm north.
Right.
So I'm about an hour north of Philly, and I'm about an hour and a half west of New York City. But yeah, I prefer New York. I'm sorry, I prefer Philly over New York, almost 100% of the time.
Yeah.
For almost everything. And when it comes to cheesesteaks, I am picky. I probably because I'm making the trip for them.
Right.
I don't like any of the Geno's, Pat's.
Right. The
trash.
big ones. Yeah.
Tony Luke's is basically the McDonald's of cheesesteaks. Like he's got a location in Dubai. Like it's just a chain restaurant. So my top 3 are John's roast pork.
Okay.
Which sounds odd. Number 1, and he has a seeded roll. It's fantastic. You can't even get cheese whiz at John's roast pork. He does Cooper Sharp American cheese, which is for me the way to go.
Wow, that's a little divergent way to do it. Yeah. Okay.
Well, if you're like in the Philippines, there's a lot of places only do American or provolone. Okay. There's a lot of places that don't do any whiz. But if I want whiz, that'd be my number 2. That's Jim's.
Okay.
I think it's Jim's King of Steaks. No, not King of Steaks. What's it? Jim, whatever. And then, so Jim's Steaks is 2, and 3 would be D'Alessandro's. But those are my top. D'Alessandro's is more. It's not really that. It's hoity-toity. It's more of a brick and mortar-y kind of place. But yeah, those are my 3.
Cool.
Don't go to Pat's. Don't go to Geno's. Don't go to Tony Luke's. Don't go to Prince's.
I will call.
Steve's.
Yeah, I like it.
Sorry, bud.
I'll call on you again for that list again when I do make the trip down there. So,
yeah, you got to do a John's, and then for roast pork you have to go to Reading Terminal Market and get a DeNick's.
Okay.
That is the roast pork sandwich is like it's in Philly area. It's the same as cheesesteak popularity wise, but it's the one nobody else knows. But it's a thin sliced roast pork that's in like an au jus with garlicky sauteed broccoli rabe and sharp provolone on a hoagie roll.
That's pretty phenomenal. I love all of this.
It's excellent.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've had roast pork sandwiches of other flavors. Man, they are so good. I would never fight you for that suggestion. That's really great. Brad asked you, where are you from? Like, are you like where?
So I'm in the Lehigh Valley area.
Okay.
So that's like Allentown, Bethlehem, Easton. They're called like the Queen Cities or something like that. I'm in the. I was actually born in Allentown area. So Allentown is the 3rd largest city in Pennsylvania.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, but I mean, I think a lot of us are familiar with the name Allentown. So really great. Brad also says, I think Brad's agreeing with you with a lot of these. I go Jim's, Steve's Princess of Steaks. Although you don't like Princess?
Not a huge Princess. Not for me.
Okay.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
It's still not. I wouldn't say Steve's is hugely touristy, but it is They're another one where like they got advertising all over their windows.
Oh,
Normally, if it's
see.
got a bunch of signage, I'm like, this probably isn't gonna be very good.
Gotcha.
But like John's closes at 7 p.m. Like, no F's given. Like that's the place you want to get a cheesesteak from.
Cool beans. Let's see. Brad says used to be from Pottstown.
Pottstown, yeah, just down 100 for me, not far.
Okay. Well, that was a pretty fun little trip down memory lane. I like it. Let's go. Let's see what we're at now on our list.
Now this next one I made sure to name exactly so that it said
I see it. Yep.
giant hoagie, baby.
Giant.
That is a hoagie.
Oh my. Oh yeah.
And if a hoagie doesn't go into Fly Eagles Fly, I don't want to live in America anymore.
Well, it depends on what kind it is, though. Like if it's like a Subway one, then it's how about them boys?
Oh God, no.
Right? Like,
yeah, throw that in the trash.
Exactly. But so we have to assume it's of high quality because their variance is so great. Like the one from the grocery store is probably going to be B or C, but if you get it from a high quality place, then absolutely, it's a Fly Eagles Fly category for sure. So
massive hoagie, what fillings? That if you're going giant, you got to go crowd pleaser. Italian hoagie.
Yes.
Lettuce, tomato, onion.
Yes.
Sprinkle of oregano.
Yeah. That's great.
Italian dressing on the side.
Yeah. No one in the rest of America should eat them either. Like,
yeah, no Subway. I'm a Primo's guy. So Brad, you might know Primo's too.
I've heard my
Primo's
friends
hoagies.
from New York tell me about Primo's. Like they, that's great.
I'm a Primo. Oh, their bread.
I should not New York, but New Jersey. My New Jersey friends are all about Primo's. They love Primo's. That's so cool.
Big Primo's fan.
Primo's hoagies are great. So they're all over the state, I guess, or they're all over Pennsylvania too, I guess.
Yeah. And I think, they're very regional. I forget. I think they're strictly hugging the East Coast. Excuse me, East Coast right now.
Yeah. That's fine.
So they may have like 70 locations, but if you look at them, like I live within a 5-mile radius of 5.
Okay.
So they're pretty concentrated.
Okay. Let's see. And hello, Calabine. It's good to see you again. Can we give hello, Calabine, a shout out as well? Because I know you are a streamer, so that's really good to see you. Good to see you in the chat. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Hello, Calabine. Hoagie gets an A. Yeah.
Absolutely.
It has to be at minimum.
A or a Fly Eagles Fly. I mean,
I think it's Fly Eagles Fly though because it's a staple of every single Super Bowl. Like when I was growing up.
Even if you're not getting the giant one just for the silliness, but you get the party. You go to Primo's, you get the party tray. You know, they're pre-sliced and they're
Yeah, 100%.
It's a giant ring of hoagie, of 3-inch hoagies. A lot of times they're you get the Italian. There's normally some sort of vegetable. They do like an eggplant one that's really good.
Oh, I do that.
Yeah, so you get normally a turkey or a hams and that. Yeah. I mean, come on. I want it now.
It's right there.
9:30 at night. I want it now.
There's no. As we get closer to Super Bowl Sunday, you just start getting more in the mood for all these foods.
Mm-hmm.
All these foods, like that hoagie, sub, hero, whatever you want to call it. It just sounds like my jam right now.
I mean, you can want to call it things, but it's a hoagie. I mean, that's
good times. All right, so we are now up to the guacamole. Oh my goodness.
Guacamole.
Gotta be up there. A, B.
See, I knew that California was going to come out of you on the guacamole.
You.
I will go on record saying that avocados are the most overrated fruit.
No, I know.
That's not saying I don't like them.
I remember this very vividly from PGC, so I was prepared for this response. It's all right, but. Oh, is that it?
It's a dip. Dips. We go hard on the dips. I'll allow an A. I will allow an A.
I say we. Oh yeah, we can go back. Hold on a sec. So, no, I mean Spikes does agree. Avocados are overrated. I mean, that's a different discussion. I think. Can we say they're overrated? I mean. But potentially. I mean, I think when you get down to like avocado toast, that's overrated. I'm like, I don't get the obsession.
Oh, God, yeah. Fucking $12 toast.
I'm like, no. Okay.
It has a 50-cent avocado on it and a piece of bread. Come on, calm down.
I mean, like, I went around and tried one. I'm like, really, guys? Is this what we're getting all excited about? Like, yeah, put avocado and an egg on a piece of bread. I'm like, I could do that at home. Like, it's not a big deal.
It doesn't make any sense.
No.
It doesn't make any sense.
But I'm gonna go with A.
Because it's a dip. Yep,
Yeah.
just like Brad.
Yeah.
Just like Brad said, it's a dip. It makes sense. It tracks, as the kids say.
It's a very good fit for the occasion. So Brad says I'll go A, and CT says A for the brownies. Pinball says, is 7-layer dip on the list because guacamole seems like a necessary component of that? That's a great question. Let me go double check.
We have not. We definitely have nacho. It's
a great question,
pizza
Pinball.
dip.
Because that gets involved.
God, do I?
Yeah. That would have been a good one. You have things that are like that make up a 7-layer dip, you know? Like you have like sour cream dip.
Yeah.
You have guacamole, right?
I mean, I tried to limit it this time, but as always, we talk. So
I did look at this. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be a short episode tonight. And like, yeah, and here we are.
here we are, and that's okay.
It's good though. It's good to conversation. It's good conversation. Let's see.
Always enjoy talking with you.
Yeah, me same. Likewise, and likewise to all of you in the chat too. Like, we're really glad that you can participate with us tonight. All right, so hot dish. Now, what is hot dish?
So hot dish is like a Midwestern. So you're talking Minnesota, Wisconsin. It's basically like a casserole that you cover in tater tots.
Okay.
So hot dish, like you go to like things that are literally just for like a church picnic is bring a hot dish.
Okay.
So you're basically bringing a casserole.
Okay.
So it's that casserole type. So it's, whatever the hell, and then you top it with normally tater tots. It's fine. I don't love it. Normally it's another potluck tradition. But I don't live in the Midwest, so I have no nostalgia for it.
I don't know. It's not really grabbing me. I probably would generously put it at C, but I might even put it at D. Depends on what's underneath those tots. Like if it's like 7-layer dip.
Let's. I don't feel like we don't have enough at D, and it's another thing. You gotta scoop it out. Yeah. And it's a plate full of shit. Nah.
It's too much effort. D. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Brad says 2 regional D for me. And Spike says, are you hot or tot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely tot.
Yeah, let's go with a D. That's a D.
Okay, weenies, hot dogs.
Yeah, hot dog time. And Chris says,
hot dogs.
Yeah, what do you think?
Sorry, go ahead. I was gonna say hot dogs are great for kids.
Yes.
Like if there's gonna be kids there, that's probably the only thing. Because you know how kids are with food. It doesn't matter what it is. Yeah, I don't want it. Hot dogs. Come on. They're gonna eat a hot dog.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, I mean, in almost every Super Bowl party you've ever been to, at least not if it's not at a bar, I guess. If it's at someone's house.
Yeah, I mean, just don't boil them. I will fight you for. I hate people that boil hot dogs, but
I don't kill people.
It's the worst. Like, put in literally any kind of effort. I'll take a baked hot dog over a boiled hot dog, but that's a discussion for another time. But,
all right, sounds.
Yeah, hot dogs. I don't want it as much as I want a giant hoagie or buffalo wings, but I think an A is a good choice.
Oh yeah, no A. It's quality stadium like food. Even though Brad says weird, I would eat them at the stadium, but they aren't screaming Super Bowl party. That's interesting. But I think when you factor in the versatility of them, especially as you mentioned, it's really good for kids. It's an A.
One of my friends, because he this is going back pre the world ending and pre his divorce. He used to have a lot of get-togethers, and he actually bought one of those freaking hot dog rollers. So like hot dogs were like an every picnic. Like that's an investment.
Oh my goodness!
You're gonna go buy an electric hot dog roller. Like you're a 7-Eleven. But you just go to the restaurant store and buy a hot dog roller. Who knew?
Do they taste better coming out of a hot dog roller? I don't know. It's kind of a wash.
I mean, it's evenly heated.
Yeah,
I'll give it that.
Yeah.
It just takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
It's got that high school football stadium taste.
Yes. Love that call. That's a great description. Let's see, Spike Tiger, the grease that somehow accumulates on the hot dog roller.
Yeah, that's called the flavor. That's where flavor lives.
Oh, that's good. Pinball says
That's Flavor's address.
at the intersection of roller and hot dog. Yeah, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. A pinball sorcerer, a plain hot dog, I'm kind of meh, but a good bratwurst. Ah, pinball's in the bratwurst train. I like it.
Good thing you came late and weren't here for the bratwurst debate.
But either way, we have the hot dogs at A, bratwurst at B.
Well, I just finished this bottle. I'm making sure I'm not too sloppy tonight, but I'll plug them. So this is Pennsylvania again, and again, if you're a Pittsburgh person, this is Wiggle. Sorry, I'm reversed on cam, probably, aren't I?
No,
but
good.
No, you got me flipped.
Yeah.
Good. So that's Wiggle. They are Pittsburgh. This is the straight bourbon. Good stuff. They make a lot of really cool. Their distribution is super limited, but big fan. I believe this one's organic too.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, certified organic. Good stuff. Big fan of Wiggle.
That looks great. I wonder if you can order that online. It'd be really fun.
Yeah, it probably depends on your. Pennsylvania doesn't allow any liquor delivery because we're state-run liquor.
Okay.
Yeah, we can do wine and beer though, but
okay.
no out-of-state liquor. It's a real pain.
Well, it's something for me to look forward to when I get out there. So.
That's right. You come, just come on out.
That'd be fun.
When you come, you gotta let me know.
Oh my goodness, I will absolutely. I'll let you. Yeah, I roast pork. We have Wawa. We have.
Man, you got so many places.
So many places. It's like
you got to go to a disgusting diner and get some scrapple with some apple butter on it, man. You need it all.
That is living, my friend. Man, I want it. I want a diner. I haven't been to a diner in a minute, man. Like an East Coast diner. Like diners on the West Coast will be fine, but the experience is truly.
Yeah, you gotta go just a dirty Greek diner.
Yes. Fantastic. I love it. Let's see. PGC Con 2022.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever met. So
like accumulating all of them into one thing.
So what happened was we had a pretty good cooking convention scheduled for 2020.
Oh, right.
It was originally a meme that we were like, don't let our memes become dreams. And so we actually put together a convention. Mm-hmm. And then COVID happened.
Right.
And then we thought, we're like, by 2021, it's going to be bird flu. It's going to be behind us. And then it wasn't. So we're doing it again this year.
Okay.
This July. In Columbus, Ohio, will be PGC Con 2022, gathering of the pretty good cooking community.
I love it. I hope that goes through. That'd be great to see your friends come together with you, and that's a good spot. Phil will be there for sure, right? I mean, that's pretty close to him, right?
Yeah. This is his area, so we're going to, as we say, the home of PGC. And luckily, I stay with a friend who also lives right there. So
cool.
My lodging is free, so I can spend it all on food and alcohol like a true vacationer. So that's great.
Love it. All right, so let's see what we have left on our list. We have a few goodies. Let's see.
Jalapeno Popper Dip, which I don't give a shit about.
I love jalapeno poppers. As a dip, I just have no feel. I probably... Yeah.
It's a dip, so fine, but I would say D just because who cares?
I just have never seen it. I mean,
I've had it, but it's fine.
I would think that anything above D is generous. I'm gonna actually put it as D as well. Like it's not even like the crust. It's just the stuff on the inside.
Yeah, it's like a cheesy spice. Like you put like pickle jalapeno, like chopped up pickle jalapeno. Yeah, it's fine.
No,
it's fine.
I can live with it, but yeah. But no.
I feel like I almost went narcoleptic. It's fine. It's not great.
Yeah.
It's fine. Here's the one though. This next one, this one's gonna be my how about them boys?
Yeah.
I made sure to include this one specifically so we'd have something in that F tier.
I was worried about this. Like, yeah.
Fuck kale chips. This guy is the mascot for kale chips. Kale chips are. I'm so glad we're over the kale thing that happened for those 2-3 years. I mean, now it's avocados, whatever, but kale, enough with kale. We have potato chips, vegan. Calm down. Just eat the potato chips. Kale chips. Stop listening to Joe Rogan. Stop eating kale chips. Nobody wants them. They don't taste good. At least if I'm going to go for a green chip that's in that form, I will eat the seaweed chips that you can get at the Asian market that have the fun flavorings on them.
Well, I honestly have never tried a kale chip, so that probably tells you all you need to know. If I don't even know what they are, that's probably...
Picture a bitter green that's dry for no reason and covered in something that doesn't taste good.
I know I'm familiar with the scenario with kale, and it definitely was a fad because it's like I remember I had my like kale phase, and I think it was like 2013, and I was just doing kale and carrots and kale and grapes, but kale is pretty tasteless. It's like really hard to eat kale, and I don't know.
I will put kale. So like I make a soup called caldo verde, which is a Portuguese soup. And like you can use collard greens for, but normally if something calls for collard greens, I normally go kale because collards. I don't like bitter foods. Collards tend to be a little bit bitter to me, and I will normally sub in kale, but I only like kale when it's cooked. So any recipe that's like collards or it says use bitter greens, I'm like I will kale. Hats off to you, kale. You're going in the game. Get in there, Finkel. You're going in. But beyond that, go away, kale. You're stupid. Nobody likes you.
Hey, Jomsy, welcome into the chat again. Good to see you. It was nice hanging out with you earlier on your channel. Let's give a shout out to Jomsy Mods if you don't mind. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing all right out there. What time is it for you? So I'm thinking, because you're in the UK, so that would be, let's see, it'd be like, trying to figure this out, like 10, it'd be like 2 a.m. Wow, Jomsy, that's commitment. Thank you so much for joining us, Jomsy. Really great to see you. Anyway, Kale, this is pretty unanimous. Everybody in the chat's agreeing. It's going to be like, how about them boys?
That's a full how about them boys.
Yeah, 100%. Oh, you're in Canada. My fault. I don't know why. Oh, Jomsy. I was thinking of James Cassidy. Yeah. He's in the UK. You're in Canada. Okay, right on. It's good to see you, though, Jomsy. Nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. Did you not get the shout out? Let me fix that. Let's fix that right now. Hold on. Let me get you shouted out. That's not the first time I mixed you two up. I'm sorry about that. Right on. Wait, you were playing? Is that a game?
Same queen.
How about that? Let's see. All those Commonwealth. No, listen, Spike. I didn't. We don't want to go that far. All right. So, but anyway. Now we are up to what was this looking like? Oh, loaded fries. Ooh, interesting.
Loaded fries. Loaded fries are great for the first 2 minutes they come out, but if you put that on a buffet table, they're pretty much dead.
Doesn't keep, right? Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna get soggy. I mean, I like mashed potatoes.
Yeah,
but. I would love a plate if I'm at a restaurant. Yeah, bring me the loaded fries. But if I'm thinking Super Bowl, as in, I don't normally go. If I go out for a Super Bowl, it means you go to a house, somebody's house. So, God, I just don't think it's a good idea.
I mean, you order them at Chili's, it's great. Or
right, yeah,
right.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
But when you have it at a party, then it sits around for several hours. And Brad's on the same wavelength with us, like Brettington said, they don't age well. Yeah, I don't even. No. I mean, yeah, C maybe even D, just from the standpoint of lots of things.
I want to go D because we put Frito pie because they're good, but they're just not a good idea.
Right.
I think loaded fries are in the same, not a good idea.
Yeah.
I think it's a D.
I'm with it. Fried got to be a D at an all-day party. Yeah, for sure. Hello Calabine is
and then also... the next one's pretty much in the same, which is actually my preferred version of loaded things. It's loaded tater tots, which when your boy gets his drink on, I think we've talked about the difference between Wawa and Sheetz. Sheetz has a deep fryer, but you can get a bin of tater tots dressed up like nachos, and that is the soaking of the sins that I normally get. And then I'll normally get an order of jalapeno poppers too, and I'll cut them up and throw them on as well. But anyway, enough about how gross I am. But this suffers the same fate as the fries in that they're not going to keep. They keep better, I think, because of the structure probably.
Yep.
But man, as much as I love them, they're not a good idea.
It's a tough environment for them. I do love these. I do love loaded. I love loaded tots. Anything loaded, like loaded tots, loaded fries,
right?
Loaded nachos.
Yeah.
You know, these are great. They're all great, but for this context, they're not so great. And I think a lot of people are agreeing. Like I can see, Brad says D. Hello, Calabine says D. Brad with an interesting question though. Tots or skins? What do you think?
Well, I mean, specifically these are tots, but I'm actually I would probably say tots over skins normally.
Okay.
I think I would. Just because normally if I get a baked potato, I do actually eat the whole thing, skin and all. Mm-hmm. So it's not an anti-skin thing. The vessel, I think tater tots are texturally more appealing.
Okay. That's a good answer. So, Brad, that's a very interesting call too, because they kind of come from the same place, but yeah, Brettington, I love it. Brad says, do I see sushi in the queue, or is it pigs in the blanket? Those are pigs in the blanket.
Pigs in a blanket. Yeah.
Yeah. Pigs in a blanket.
Mac and cheese is next.
Ooh.
I love mac and cheese. Who doesn't? I love a specific mac and cheese. I like baked mac and cheese. Mm-hmm. I hate soupy mac and cheese, and I think we talked about this last time during Thanksgiving. If you give me soupy mac and cheese, I'm gonna punch you in the face. But I don't like soupy. When people like on I'm not a TikTok person, but like even on YouTube, like, oh, the most cheesy mac, and then they're just pulling out like a spoon that's just dripping with goo. It's like, I don't want that. I want a nice. Not that it's congealed, but so here's the other thing. So I made baked ziti the other night. Mm-hmm. I like it more now because it's microwave to dry it out a bit, which is probably weird, but I'm the same way with mac and cheese. I want it baked where you get like a crispy layer on top, and the cheese is no longer a puddle of whatever. But yeah, that's how I feel about mac and cheese. But I do love mac and cheese. Who could not like? You could put crab in it. You could put lobster in it. You could put some bacon in it. You can, be hobo chic and cut some hot dogs into it. But I like it.
So where we place this, we assume that they're in a good kind of.
I think it's a good one for kids. Yeah. That's a good one for kids too. Kids are going to eat mac and cheese, right?
Yeah. I mean, I know that we were saying like, hey, you got to be able to eat it with your hands, but it's still going to be pretty good though, because it's not going to get all over the place. If it's the texture that you're talking about, the one that's desirable for you. If it's completely soupy, then yeah, it will get all over the place. But assuming it's a quality one, a good quality mac. I
think if chili's an A, I think mac and cheese has to be an A.
Yeah. Love the call. I'm gonna go A. It is good. It can be really good, like a fresh one.
On this one, there's no debate on the next one, because that's how I promoted this. That there is no debate.
You did. A number one primo.
Nacho.
Yeah.
Nachos were birthed into the Fly Eagles Fly.
No argument for me. Nachos are the kings. The kings. Fantastic. Love the call. You just don't think about sports without nachos. I mean, it's a great choice.
Absolutely.
Chat, what does the Sandwich Show chat think of that? I'm sure you all agree. I mean, nachos, and the thing about nachos that's really great is that you can really customize them to fit any need you want. Like, you can have meatless nachos. Most nachos are meatless. Like, literally, nachos are just the chips and the cheese. So anything beyond that is customization. So sour cream, salsa, jalapenos, meat, beans. There's so many different ways you can go. Tomatoes, So, I mean, everything you do on top of the cheese is just added extras.
And name when nachos are not a crowd pleaser.
Right.
Everybody wants the nachos.
Yeah.
It doesn't, even if you're at a bar and everybody orders their own food and you get nachos as your entree, you get the loaded nacho. People are going to be touching your nachos.
Yeah.
There's every single one of them are going to put their hands in your damn nachos because they're nachos and they're fantastic.
Keep your hands out of my nachos.
And football and nachos are, come on.
No,
come on.
Right. I mean, absolutely. And the chat is all over it. Oddly, they're much better hot, but I'll eat them cold as a corpse. Yeah, I think that's a good point. The nachos keep. They keep well. even if they are like left out for like 10 hours.
Yeah, even when they're fresh, you're still gonna get the soggy chips depending on what's on top of it. There's no getting, but you kind of with nachos you expect it and you deal with it.
Yeah.
It just becomes like a soft taco nacho. It's great.
Yeah, it's still good. It's still a quality meal.
Yeah.
Yeah, or a quality snack. And look, Pinball says I say nachos are top tier. Spike Tiger says Cowboy Hot Nachos with that fake cheese in the center. I haven't had that in a while. That's interesting. Yeah, but I still go with it. Yeah, 100%. I would be down with that. Deadly Frog, where are the crawfish and shrimp? Hey, I love those things. I do.
I mean, I just had that. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
Although the crawfish were a little dirty, so I was a little upset. But you know, I am in Pennsylvania, so what did I expect?
Right.
It's what it is.
No worries. So so that brings us
Pigs
up to
pigs in a blanket.
Yeah.
So we put hot dogs as an A.
Yep.
I mean, it's basically a hot dog just in a different. I mean, with better bread and small.
Yeah, I'm with you. So I think putting them in equal with hot dogs.
Yeah, I have no other feelings towards them other than an A.
I like them. I mean, you can dip them so nicely. You can dip them in mustard. You can dip them in barbecue sauce. I don't know.
Yeah, just don't say ketchup, or else I'll have
no.
to fly
No.
over
No ketchup for me. I'm not a ketchup guy
Thank
at
you.
all. Yeah, no.
God bless you, Davy.
Thank you. I mean, you don't know the battles I fight out here with the ketchup. Like, oh, we love the ketchup. Like, there's only one hot dog I would ever eat with a ketchup, and it's the LA version. It's the LA street cart dog with a ketchup. That's a special thing in and of itself. It's a special thing. It has mayonnaise. It has relish and onions, grilled onions and everything. It's unbelievable. That's the only one that I could put ketchup in. Everything else is like no. You save your ketchup. The ketchup is for 5-year-olds. Like I'm a grown adult. Don't need ketchup in my
Yeah,
hot dog.
it was. If you watched Anthony Bourdain's No Reservations when he went to Vietnam with Barack Obama, who's obviously from Chicago, and he did like a mild interview with him, and he said, like, what's your thoughts on ketchup on hot dogs? And Obama just goes, no. He goes, once you're over the age of 12, no. And I'm like, I've never felt anything so strongly in my life. I'm like, me and you, Barry.
Boom.
I'm like, whenever he gets a kid to eat something and just shut up, fine. Put ketchup on it.
Yeah.
Fine. But the reason it's because it's sweet. Ketchup is just sugar. It's red sugar. That's why they like it. I don't need sugar on a sausage because I'm not weird. I'm not a child. So, no, mustard or GTFO, as they say, as the kids say.
Boom. CT, have a good night. Thank you so much for your help tonight. I appreciate you. Mod love, everybody. Mod love in the chat. Exclamation point mod love for CT. Thank you so much
Chris.
for your help tonight. We really appreciate all the hard work you do here. So have a good one. Yeah, and we'll see CT on Thursday for karaoke night. Pump it up.
Oh, I see. Let's see if he's check. I see Tubin Monkeys in chat. Let's see if he'll actually check in if you're here. I showed off your helmet earlier. That's who this Halo helmet's for. So if he checks in chat, I'll give him another preview.
I think Tuba even subscribed, or am I thinking of something else? No.
Or I might have followed.
Oh, there is Tubin Monkeys in the chat. Hello.
Hey, there he is. Hey, bud. Look what I got. Oh, I know the song. Oh, it's almost the size of my head. Almost. There you go, bud.
It's pretty clever.
Sorry. Anyway, yes, we were showing off Prince earlier. I just wanted to make sure you got the full 360 on that.
That's awesome.
Anyway,
yes.
That's who that. So Tubin Monkey, fantastic streamer. If you guys are not tuned into Tubin Monkey, he's making a partner push. He just applied to partner. He should, hopefully, fingers crossed, he makes it this go around. If not, hopefully soon. He does spooky games, big heart, great charity drives.
Ooh.
So he's a man after my own heart. I love giving money to charity. So, like I always say every time he does it, take my money, you beautiful bastard. So tune in. I'm going to plug somebody else during my time, but go follow Tubin. He's a kind soul. Great guy.
Tubin,
so, there you go.
Well, it's an honor to have you in the Sandwich Show chat with us tonight, too. So thank you so much for joining us tonight. And we're glad you've been lurking.
Love you too, bud.
Yeah. I'll give you a follow as well. Oh, love you, Brett. That's awesome. Yeah, good stuff. I'll give you a follow, too. Hold on a sec. There we go.
You'd enjoy it, Davy. It's chaos. It's wonderful. It's right up your alley.
Tubin is hosting the program. Thank you so much, Tubin, for the host. I really appreciate it.
No, thank you, bud.
Yeah, it's really nice of you to do that. All right, so now let's continue.
What's after that?
Well, let's see.
Pizza dip.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
What the hell? It looked like a
That's
salad.
a great reaction to pizza. Dude, pizza dip is such a.
I don't know, Brett.
No, dude, I'm not on board with pizza dip. I don't care. Chat, tell us where you want pizza dip, because I don't give a shit about pizza dip. I'll tell you that much right now.
I'm sorry, but I mean,
Brad's going right to how about them boys?
Yeah. I tell
pizza
you,
dip kind of sucks, to be honest.
I don't even want to try it. I've never had it. I don't even want it.
All right.
No.
Hey, how about them boys? It is.
It has. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah. I mean, look. I don't think anyone in this chat's going to argue for that to be any higher. It's just
no. I don't think there's any fighters on that one.
No. All right. So, look at the next one. This is pizza?
All right. Yeah. I mean, here's the thing with pizza.
Okay.
You could order pizza to my mom's funeral and I'll still eat it because it's pizza. Who doesn't want pizza all the time? Because when pizza is on a big, no. I'm just saying pizza, it's handheld. I mean, this is another one where I say, even bad pizza is still pizza, and I'm still going to eat it. I'll still eat a Little Caesars pizza. I ain't too proud. I'll eat that hot and ready. I don't give a shit. I'll tell you what I want on my tombstone. I will eat a pizza.
I thought you were talking about Tombstone Pizza, too.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. What do you want to do?
I totally missed it. I totally missed the joke. I totally missed that. Went over my head. Yeah. Oh, that's funny. Oh, I gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah, see? Tubin gets it, man. I mean, it's pizza. I'm lactose intolerant and I still want it. I mean, I'll just pound lactate
for
to
any
eat the
hour,
pizza.
any day, and any season type of. Yeah, no, I love pizza, and I think if you've been on the scene, I don't know if everybody knows this, but pizza is my favorite food. Even though I have the whole.
I mean, that's not hard to believe. I mean, it's a fantastic food.
It's fantastic. Like it's so.
Should we let them fly into the heaven?
Absolutely, we let them
with
fly.
The birds. With our birds.
The pizza's going to flop all the way up with its little ends.
Hell yeah!
Up to fly, Eagles fly.
I feel like I'm going to turn you into an Eagles fan by the end of the night here, bud.
I'll be singing the song, and then at the end,
Hell yeah!
Like Eagles. All right.
Hell yeah, man.
Davy's eating a pizza. You know what? I have a perfect opportunity for that. Davy's eating a pizza when? I think if we can get someone from our Twitch music world here to the Sandwich Show, that person will be the excellent choice for Davy's eating a pizza. So I think you all know who that is, because it's like he's a musician and he loves pizza too. I think that's a great idea. So that would be it for us. Folded pizza equals sandwich. I have established that it's no, and it's because it falls apart when I try. But it made sense at the time, but then I tried it and I'm like, not so much.
I own one of those silly uni ovens that everybody on YouTube uses. I mean, pizza is. I own some sort of baking platform in every kitchen device I own to make a pizza in. I mean, it's pizza.
I love it. That's awesome.
Love it.
So Brad says, thank you, Davey, but I don't have music. No, but you do the Death Nut. You ready? Coming up in March. Little teaser.
Nice.
Yeah. Ooh, I'm all about spice. Like, compared to the Bean Boozled, I'd be happy to take any spice level.
Yeah, I'm that way too. The only thing with spicy things give me the hiccups. So that's the only thing that kind of ruins it for me. Like, even if I enjoy it, I'm like, oh, that's good. I'll just and I'm just like, oh, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, this just happens.
No, it does.
I'm sorry.
I was there. I've been through that too. Yeah. It is challenging. Like, how do you avoid that? It's hard.
Even if it's not really bothering you, it's like, oh, here come I'll just eat a jalapeno and like hiccups. It's like, this is even hot. What's happening? It's like my body thinks it's poison. Stop it. But
I love it.
Pulled pork. It's another one that's just a crock pot of pulled pork.
Ooh.
And then with the bun, like the Martin's potato roll, a sack of Martin's potato rolls on the side.
Right here? What do you think?
You want to fly it or do you want to A?
I think probably A, to be fair.
I think A is probably more appropriate just
Yeah.
because I think less people do it.
Yeah, I think that's right. It's not synonymous with the Super Bowl, quite not ubiquitous. Let's say ubiquitous.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I got you.
Yeah. Yeah, and then Pinball says A for certain. Okay, cool. Brad says 60 million Scovilles for the Death Nut Challenge. Oh yeah, no, I'm not saying it's gonna be easy exactly, but Brad says, but it's in the pot and easy to make sandwiches. A is a good call.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah. Same thing. Same thing as the chili. It's just it's a crock pot.
Yeah.
You just go and you do what you get as much or as little as you want.
Yep.
And it's easy. When you're entertaining, when you're entertaining and you throw things that keep themselves warm is a win. 100% of the time.
Yeah, how good is that? Like you never have to worry about it getting cold. That's awesome.
Yeah, or add to the nachos. Well, speaking of, I mean, we got queso dip where you could basically make your own nachos. I mean, if your nachos weren't cheesy enough, we've got queso dip next.
That's so good.
Who doesn't love queso dip?
I love it a lot. Hello, Calabine. Have a great night. So good to see you in the chat again. All the best, and we'll give you one more shout out. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. Hello, Calabine. That's really cool. Thank you. We really appreciate your time here. Come back anytime. All right, so yeah, all your points are great here, Brett. Like melted queso dip. First of all, so would you put queso dip all the way up to the fly, or A?
I want to say A because it feels incomplete as a food.
Yeah, it can't be its own. It can't stand on.
I
its
think
own.
it's a dip, and we
Yeah.
put all the good dips in A.
Yeah, yeah. I think
It's a great dip, but I think it's an A.
I think so too. Oh, Brett says no.
I'm getting it. No, capital letters. No.
No.
This man has opinions about the queso.
Well, yeah. Let us know what you think in that. Oh no. Yeah, no. Where were we?
Oh no, to fly.
Yeah.
So
I agree. A is
Okay.
good. Okay. Yeah, good.
Cool.
All right, but
Ribs. You made a promise about ribs.
yes, Rob, we got you. Fly, Eagles fly.
I mean, yeah, it's
to
basically.
victory. There
I
you
mean,
go.
it's basically chicken wings over again.
Yeah.
Really?
Exactly. Yeah.
Who doesn't want ribs? Crazy people,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. I know ribs can be done badly though. To be fair, like you can have bad ribs.
Oh God, when nothing pisses me off. I've had this conversation so many times. People that leave the membrane on the back of the ribs before they make it. It's like 2 minutes. It literally takes 2 minutes. You peel up a corner. You take a paper towel. You grab it with the paper towel so your fingers aren't wet, and it all comes off in a single sheet, maybe two if you have to. But who wants to? It's like when people cut pepperoni, but they don't take the skin off the pepperoni first, and it's that inedible cellulose casing that pepperoni's made in.
Yeah.
That's the back of the I don't want that on my rib. I want just not a fall off the bone, but a pull off the bone rib, and I don't want any basically hard prophylactic device stuck to the back of it.
It is. I don't know. I seem to have a tough time with it when I had the Costco ones, the Costco ribs.
Mm-hmm.
It must be. I must be just doing it wrong because I don't think it should be that difficult to peel that off, and yet.
A lot of it might be if you're using a sharp knife, don't. So use like a butter knife or a rounded tip knife.
Okay.
You don't want to if you're piercing it or you might actually get under it. You should be able to just peel it up with a round tip knife.
Okay.
But then some people use pliers, but you can just take a paper towel and grip it with the paper towel.
Okay.
And you should be able to get it.
I didn't use
off
a paper
the
towel
tear.
last time, so that's great advice. I'll try it next time I do it. Yeah. Thanks, Brett. I appreciate your help there. All right. So now
These are sliders in general, so they could be burger sliders, but. And again, this is another. I don't know if you guys do it. These are like ham sliders, which are great. So you take like the King's Hawaiian rolls, and you put them all on a baking tray.
Okay.
And then you put ham, cheese, and then you top the whole thing, and you cover it in like butter, and then you bake it, and you bring it all out, and you have just a giant tray of melted ham and cheese sliders on a big old tray, and they're great. And I don't even like ham that much, but I think they're great. But I don't know if you guys experienced that.
I don't think I've
That's
really.
why I'm not sure.
I mean, I've made my own. Like I've taken rolls and then I've taken like a baked ham, like New Year. I don't know, Christmas ham or something like that, and then You slice off the big chunk of it, and then you make a slider out of that. So that's my experience with it. It's pretty close to what you described. Oh, I love your responses here. And more ninja typing. Look at this.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, let's see.
About the sauce, the dry rib or the sauce. So, I
love that. I love that. Yeah.
So I'm a dry brine guy with meats in general. So I feel like if I'm going to spend any time smoking a meat, if I'm going to spend any time caring about what I'm making, I'm going to spend the same amount of time preparing it. So I normally do like a dry brine, not a wet brine, on any kind of meats. And then normally we're talking dry rub. And then I'm normally either a sauce at the end or sauce on the side kind of guy. And when it's sauce, I want an Eastern Carolina vinegar sauce, not a brown sugar sauce. I like, if you're eating pork or pork butt, ribs, they are fatty. The only thing that's going to cut through fat is acid, not sugar. So I don't want a pork rib covered in candy. I want a pork rib covered in a light, drippy, still tomato based, but heavily apple cider vinegared sauce. I think that's one of the, when it comes to, I guess that means I like Carolina barbecue the best. Call me crazy, but I think they got that right. Anytime you need to cut a fat, acid's the way to go. So vinegar-based sauces for me.
Well, the tang of it is really good too. So I'm a fan of those as well.
Yeah, tang.
Yeah.
It's complexity.
Yeah.
Spicy, sour, salty, sweet.
Yeah. Ooh, that sounds good. So yeah, I mean, it is unusual to see people like cooking it with the sauce on board at the beginning, but I think it's just because they just don't. They never thought about it. I think it's just like no one really bothered to tell them.
Well, so many of those store-bought ribs that are like in the vacuum sealed packs in the meat case are pre-sauced, and it's like just reheat in the oven for 30 minutes.
Oh no!
And that's kind of what they're used to. I mean, I have no problem. Like, I don't mind like a sticky sauced rib if it's good. It's just I don't want a sugar rib.
Yeah. Got you.
Yeah, there we go. All right, so they had one place that was local that did dry and soft. Both were pretty good, but I like the dry better. Yeah, if it's dry and it's right. I think a lot of people with dry, they think it's going to be a dry food, but it's not. Like, the meat is still juicy AF. I think sauce covers a lot of sins in the cooking process.
And that's like, the thing with barbecue, right? Like, it's. I think a lot of people think barbecue just means putting sauce on it. That's not what that means. Like, look, I have barbecue chips. That's not barbecue chips. It's just chips with barbecue flavoring on it. And it's not even barbecue flavor. It's just the sauce flavoring, really.
It tastes like craft bottled barbecue. I hate barbecue chips. I don't know if we talked about that.
No, I'm not. I can't.
I love chips. Kettle cooked chips, or that's my address. That's where I live.
Yeah.
But barbecue chips, worst chip. Don't care what anybody has to say. I will fight you.
I don't. Look,
I don't want a barbecue chip.
I'm with you from the standpoint of this. It's my last choice. Like, look, regular chips, boom. Salt
and vinegar,
boom. Salt and vinegar too. Salt and vinegar, boom. But the barbecue's like, because it's like, it just wears on you. Too much sugar. It's just like, don't want sugar. It's distracting.
I think that's the thing. There's so many ways for us Americans who just eat sugar and call it something else. And again, I'm obviously, look at me, I'm not a health freak, but
right.
We don't need to eat as much sugar as we're eating. Yeah. Just knock it off.
Yeah.
And it's funny, like almost every recipe, even when it says add a teaspoon of sugar, I'm like, ain't gonna miss this. I'm like, we're not doing that part of the recipe.
Yeah.
I don't need sugar.
You gotta. I mean, I'm trying my best to cut down on sugar myself. So anyway, getting back to the list.
Yeah. Sorry, sliders. So sliders. Sliders are great because they're handheld.
Yeah.
The way I'm describing the sheet pan sliders are super easy to make. So they're great party food. I don't know if they're made a lot. So I would say, probably B.
Yeah, I think B. I mean, burgers did not make them on here, which is I find very unusual. I thought there should be burgers on here. There's no. Yeah, like hamburgers, I think would be an A. if they were on this list.
I think a lot of like stuff. If you look at a lot of these are things that you like kind of cook. Like burgers aren't really something you like make and set out kind of.
Oh, okay.
I think it's more of burgers are probably more of an active cook, but people are watching the game.
Oh, okay.
Like even with pizzas, you're probably ordering a pizza.
Right.
I doubt you're making it.
Yeah. So you're really taking this quite canonically.
I take everything.
Yeah, because like you're saying,
I take everything very seriously here, Davey.
So, yeah, no, that makes sense. So these are snacks, and burgers are really not snacks; they're just meals. Okay, I see that.
Yeah, it's a whole meal.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, I like it.
This next one's controversial in the sense that soft pretzels, in this area, there is not. It doesn't matter what it is, funeral, birthday, holiday. There is a tray of soft pretzels, or what they call rivets, which are like the pretzel nuggets.
Yeah.
With spicy mustard and or cheese sauce. Everybody goes and gets soft Philadelphia style soft pretzels. I love them. I buy them from. It's called Philadelphia Pretzel Factory. It's a chain. I don't know how widespread they are, but they bake fresh, soft Philadelphia style soft pretzels on premises. I buy 25 at a time. I eat about 2 fresh, and then I freeze, and then I let them cool down because they're piping hot, and I freeze them in freezer bags, and I reheat them in the oven as I'm in the mood for them. Don't care. Super pretzel can get effed, but Philadelphia style soft pretzels, I want them somebody doesn't have them at the party, I'm going to punch that person. Actually, normally this is a Brett bring. If I don't feel like cooking or bringing, like we're like, oh, we have a couple crock pots already. It's like, I'll bring a rivet tray. I'll bring a tray of pretzel nuggets. Ain't nobody turning down pretzel nuggets. But this is me. This is a Brett thing. So I will let you give input on a soft pretzel, or how you feel about a tray of soft pretzels.
I mean, I like them, but why does this not? Oh, hold on. Hold on. Let me think about this. I love pretzels. I think pretzels are great. Now, I'm looking at the size of the soft pretzel on this chart, and that thing looks like it's the size of an entire plate. And
yeah, it's a big one of the big.
That's pretty big for a Super Bowl. I mean, I like them. I think they'd be a worthy choice. You know, it is. And I agree with Brad. It is very regional. I don't really see them on the West Coast much for parties.
Yeah, it's a me fight. It's one of those like, I want it because it's me. But I could see. Well, I will, in the sake of compromise, say B if we are all happy with B.
I'd be happy with A. I love pretzels. I can do A. Brad's all about it too. The bread says if I can get a Philly soft pretzel, it's FEF all day long.
Yeah, that's the thing. A Philly style soft pretzel is. I mean, that's all day, every day.
Yeah. And by the way, pretzels are a big staple of stadium food too. So I think A is a very fair grade here. I'm gonna go with A.
All right.
Yeah.
You're not gonna hear me fight about it. I'll tell you that much right now.
Yeah. That looks like a Bavarian one. The one I want, I get 3 in a bag from the guy in the corner. Oh, wow. I wish I had the guy in the corner. That sounds like fun. Yeah. Let's see. Personally, I'm stuffing my face with delicious fat and proteins. Pretzels is just filling carbs to me.
It is.
Yeah.
So I'm not really a beer drinker. I think that's partly, even though beer and pretzels normally are the things that go together. But because beers typically like bloat the crap out of me, and I'm just uncomfortable. I think that's why I'll normally drink, as I've been just drinking whiskey out of a glass. That's my thing. So when it comes to carb type stuff, salty carbs is where I'm at when it comes to snacking. Salty carbs and cheese, that's normally my thing. But I think that's because I'm not all bloated with beer.
Well, I'll give you that on the beer. I mean, every time it seems like, especially lately, I love beer so much, but man, it really does. You do feel bloated.
I liked beer when I was younger, but as I've gotten older, it's really started to bother me.
I see.
I'm 40 years old now. I'm an old man. The big 40. It's not. I can see my grave.
You're not that old. I wouldn't say that yet.
No, plus the fat fills in the wrinkles. I mean, you can't see any of them.
But hey, positives.
That's right.
Yeah. All right. So what are we up to next?
Sour. All right. I know. So you made a comment about you like sour cream and onion. This is sour cream and onion dip.
Okay.
Which is a cold dip.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not huge on cold dips. So this is a Davy take the wheel.
Oh, right. Well, I do like it. I don't know. I mean, it's okay. I guess I'd probably put it at like a C or a B. I'm gonna let the chat take that vote.
Yeah. How do you guys feel about sour cream and onion dip?
Yeah.
I mean, it's
okay.
Who's excited about
Right.
the bowl of sour cream and onion dip? Especially if they got the where you buy. Remember the oh shit, that's Hers brand around here. I don't think you guys get Hers.
Yeah, too bad too. I heard it's good.
It's a can.
Mm-hmm.
It's a can of shelf stable. Ooh, excuse me. French onion. I'm sorry, not French onion. Sour cream and onion dip. It's like, I don't want it.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, C or D. Passing it up. Throw it in the trash, frog. I'm with you.
Yeah.
I don't want it. But can we go? God, I feel bad saying D because it is Super Bowl. It's gonna be there, whether you want it or not.
Yeah.
It's gonna be there. So maybe does C make more sense? Even though I'm not gonna eat it.
Is it C because it's gonna be there, but we spiritually as a chat seem to think it's a D. We need some more boys entries. Oh, we're getting to one. No, I'm just kidding. I don't actually know. I'll put it at C. That's fine. I don't think anyone will complain that much. You're saying D?
Yeah.
Okay. I would. I mean, I'm. Well, it's if anybody yells at me.
Yeah, I don't. C or D is fine with me either.
Yeah.
I say it's C just because it's going to be there. The fact that it's going to be there gives it a C. The fact that I don't want it is a D, but the fact that it's going to be there is a C.
But I guess we're not just ranking what we specifically won't think of him, right? So I think from that standpoint, you're right. I think C is okay. So I'll just throw it at C. Be fine. We'll leave it at C in that case. And then the artichoke dip.
Yeah, spinach artichoke dip. Another hot dip. Another fantastic one. Popularized by TGI Fridays.
Yeah, true. Sorry. Yeah. I do like it. Now, the reason why I wasn't sure of it at the time is because I think I remember eating a cold one once. That was rough. But the hot one is great because it's like very cheesy. Mm-hmm. That's a good dip.
Yeah. Yeah, I've had the cold spinach dip, and you're right. It's not great. More it's like a cold spinach. I normally have it with like pumpernickel bread for dipping. Yeah, it's not great. Regular spinach artichoke dip is. Where do we put the other dips? Put the other dips in A. I think it's. I mean, it's on for me. It's on par with a queso and a crab and a buffalo chicken. I'm gonna. So far, everything in A. Well, except the guacamole. I'm just not big on guac. I'm just not big on avocados. But every dip that we put in A, I'm gonna eat, and I'm gonna eat the spinach artichoke dip.
All right, let's do it. A. I think it's a good call. Pinball says hot and cheesy. I'd give it at least a B. Yeah. I think it's a good call. I think it's a good call. All right. So now
Southwest egg rolls. So this requires frying again.
Yeah, I don't know.
These are good, but I put this on just because it's like maybe it's a regional topic, but I mean they're on menus around here and they're good. They got black beans in them. They throw some cumin in it, but they call it Southwest. I don't know. I'm indifferent.
For the purpose of this list, I think I'd probably put it at a C. I've never seen them in any of the parties I've been, unless they ordered them from Chili's. But even then, I don't think.
Yeah, right.
Right. I think the only time I
think it's maybe on the level of like a Frito pie or a hot dish, just because you're frying foods and.
Yeah. So Brad says
I'd
C.
say.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
And you say D. Okay.
I say D just because the effort. I mean, you're buying You're not making them. Let's be honest. You're buying frozen Southwest egg rolls, but you're gonna have to fry them or shitty bake them if you hate your friends.
Yeah, that's kind of a lot. Yeah, probably. Then it's again, just like you said with Frito pie, the amount of effort it would take to make one of these compared to who's gonna eat them It's totally not worth it. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
So
Yeah,
Brad,
D.
yeah, okay. So Brad can be convinced for D. Yeah, I think that's where we're gonna go. D. And that leaves us with a CT favorite, tacos. Pop it up.
So tacos. This is like one of those weird things where like a taco bar is a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Like like we said about Frito pies is a bad idea because you got to make it all.
Mm-hmm.
A taco. I mean, I think a taco bar would be a pretty cool thing. So I'd say at least probably an A.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, pre-made tacos are probably a bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
Could you imagine just tacos sitting out on a plate? I don't want that.
I doubt that would be this. Yeah, I mean, I think I'm glad you specified taco bar. That sounds on point. Yeah, that sounds.
Yeah,
on
like
point.
a taco bar sounds good.
Yeah.
I'd say I'd say A just because there's work.
But only in
Unless
the beginning.
somebody wants to agree with me.
Yeah, I mean, only in the beginning, right? Like you're setting up the meat, and then you're chopping up the onions, and then the cilantro, and then the tortillas, right? But once that's ready, it's ready, and then it's just like serving time.
That's up to the person.
Yeah. So, oh yeah, we're getting some A's in the chat. Yeah. Oh, there's no question. Simple tacos will get eaten. Fufu tacos, not so much. I mean, that would probably depend. But in the context of a Super Bowl party, less is more. You don't ever want to get too complicated with that. Yeah. I think A is dead on. And Pinball says that I don't see it as top tier. As much as I love tacos, I think for Super Bowl parties, I think A is just right. I think it's just right. It's just right. Because it's kind of like if you didn't have the tacos, you wouldn't complain. But it's always nice to have them there. So, whereas the other one at the top, cookies. I mean, no, you gotta have some cookies. Nachos, same thing. Gotta have nachos. Get the idea. So, yeah, that's a great ranking.
I'm just looking to see if we need adjustment. I feel like we need to move that hot dish down to how about them boys?
Yeah. No, I'm not feeling it. I'm sorry. I don't know what's underneath the tots, but regardless, no. It's just too much effort. It's too much effort to eat it, to serve it, to make it. It's like, why? Why would we do this to ourselves?
Plus, how often have you had a casserole and thought, boy, this was amazing? It's like
yeah.
I'm looking at the rest of the list, and like I'm looking about what's above it or was on the same level. When we fill out the rest of the D tier, I still want to eat everything else on the D tier before I eat the hot dish casserole.
Yeah, seriously, like that's a weird. I agree. That's just. I mean, the idea that I didn't even know what it was too. I'm like, yeah, that can't be a good sign for the hot dish. Like, yeah, I'm not. There are a lot of things like that, like in parties that you kind of deal with it. You don't really like them. This might be one of those. Like, so,
especially like if it's the only like thing that you could make a meal out of.
Mm-hmm. Like
it's just like chips, pretzels, and a hot dish. Like, well, I guess I'm having hot dish for dinner. Cool. Yeah. I guess that's the default. I have to eat this.
Now we now. Here's the big question. Do you think that the hot dish tends to get made by people who are not that good at cooking? I don't know.
Could be. I mean, I guess it is a Midwestern thing, but yeah, I mean, you're opening like a can of cream mushroom soup, mixing it with a bunch of bullshit, and then throwing tater tots on top and baking it.
Wait, there's cream of mushroom in this? That's disgusting.
Dude, there's oh yeah, you gotta look up some hot dish recipes.
Oh,
I mean,
God, no.
It's basically it's like every gross casserole just topped with hot like tater tots.
Okay, that is gross.
I mean, it's just not for me. Not for me.
I would have ranked that sooner. I would have said that a lot. I would have put that down there way sooner if I'd known about that. Oh, that's just not good. Yeah, all right. So I think the people have spoken on this one. Oh, Brad, you have a redeem. Get something from the room. Okay.
All right.
Why don't I get something from the room? Let me see. What do we have today? Hold on, folks. Well, that was your list, everybody. Thank you very much for your help in participating. I'll save a copy of this and we'll put it on Discord in just a moment. And let me just get the link to the Discord if you want to join our Discord and see what we're up to. There it is. Between shows, we do a lot of food conversation and other stuff. So I hope you enjoy that. So let me get something from the room. Okay, give me a second. I think I got this. One sec. And Brad, if you could entertain the chat in the meanwhile, I'll be right back.
Oh, yeah, let me entertain. Let's see. I will do a soft shoe. That's a lie. So, chat, what's going on? Let's see. Do I disagree with any of these rankings? No, I think I'm good. I'm confident about this tier. Baking cookies. Cookies did rate as a fly eagles fly. Well, unless you bring Chips Ahoy. If you bring a container of Chips Ahoy, we're probably not friends. I mean, you can get the square thing where you just snap off individual pieces, and we're still probably good where you bake the squares, but Chips Ahoy, we're out.
All
yes,
right.
Yeah, Brad. Yeah, Brad, I do know it's about Buffalo. That's that is the argument I get whenever I tell people I'm from Allentown. They always say because they say like the Billy Joel song, and I always go into a long explanation that the song isn't about
basically. Yeah.
That it's not about Allentown, it's about Bethlehem, but Bethlehem doesn't rhyme, and it's very frustrating.
I feel you in that one, Brett. Like I remember that story very well, and it's just like, it's kind of like when they in Don't Stop Believing, where they make the reference to South Detroit, but South Detroit doesn't exist. It's actually Windsor. It's like there is no South.
Right.
There's no South Detroit.
Yeah, it's so fun, and like every vacation. He's like, oh, where are you from? You're like, oh, Eastern Pennsylvania. Like, oh, whereabouts? I know the area. And I'll be like, oh, I'm from Allentown area. And like this, yes, like this. And then like, just like, look, we just stop talking right now. Like, yes, you nailed it. Like the song.
Oh, that's good. All right, so here's what I got from the closet. My briefcase of important documents.
Ooh.
This is old, too. Look at this. Old school. This has got to be at least like 50 years old, this thing.
Does that have like the old shitty key where like any key will open it?
You see it?
Yeah,
right
there it
there.
is. Hell yeah. It's got one tooth and it's just on the end.
Yes, that's exactly it.
Fantastic.
I don't think I have the key, so I better make sure I don't lock it. And I'm fucked.
It's like it'll become a time capsule at that point.
Absolutely. So yeah, this is where I put like the most important stuff I need to know or I need to maintain is in this briefcase. And one reason I have this briefcase, it's very sturdy, it's very rigid. And so the purpose of it is if I need to evacuate for any reason. A good example, this was more important when I was living in Santa Barbara for a few years, but when there was a threat of a fire, I'm like, okay, I can take this briefcase and I can go wherever I need to go. So that was the purpose of this briefcase, just to have an easy way to take all my most important documents with me in the event I needed to leave for whatever reason. So it's nice to have this here because it's convenient. Like I know where it is all the time. It's like if I need my passport, so my passport's in here. I just go to this and it's like it's in here, and so on and so forth. So that has always been with me for a long time. And yes, it does have the shitty keyholes in it. You're correct.
Hell yeah.
Nicely done. Good pick. Good eye, Brett. So thank you for the redeem, Brad. Appreciate you. I think that's it. Let's go look at the list one more time and we'll just recap. Anybody in the chat want to? Let's see. Brad Lawrence is Samsonite. I don't know. Like it says Mercury. I guess that's the brand name. It's so old that it predates Samsonite, I think. Let's see. I have something similar but a bit younger. Yeah. Right on.
I bought a safe several years back, and that's
okay.
I bought it, I think when I got my first passport, because I was like, I feel like this needs to be put safer than where, because I had my passport in my nightstand, and I was like, there's something about this that doesn't feel safe. So once you get a safe, it's like, all right, then you just start putting like tax returns, blah blah blah. It's like, all right, waterproof, fireproof. All right, so now anything that I feel like, if my house is a total loss, things I need to still survive. So like Social Security card, all that kind of stuff.
That's great.
So I will say a safe is a good investment, people, if you don't have a safe. Depends. I guess it also depends on your age. Like when I was younger, I didn't give a shit about anything. So it's like, whatever, I'm 20, whatever. YOLO. But as you get older and you actually have like assets, It's like, oh, I should probably find a way of protecting those.
Good call. Say now, do you have a dial to open it, or is it the touchpad thing?
It's a touchpad. It's a combo, and then if that there's like a master. It's funny. There's like a master combination that's unique to the safe too. If you like lose your combo, but I was like, and you're supposed to store that outside the safe. I'm like, I don't feel. So I think I actually have it inside the safe because I'm like, I don't know where to put this.
Oh yeah.
Like the safe is where I put things. Yeah. But I figure if I pass away and somebody needs to get in, they could drill it out. It's this isn't a bank robbery. It's a home safe. They can get into it. It was a couple $100. They'll figure it out.
Right on.
Plus I'll be dead. Who cares? Just throw me in the hole.
What would matter at that point? Let's see. And it says, let's see. Brad says, I have a fire safe box, kind of a cross between a full-on safe and Davy's briefcase.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's the same idea. Just something that's gonna last like 90 minutes in a fire to give you the best chance if need be.
Yeah. And Pinball says, clearly need a second safe.
Yeah, second safe exactly. I got to store the master lock code in my second safe.
Second safe.
Freaking ridiculous. Oh god! And then I don't open it often enough, so I got a little bit of white mold growth in it, like an asshole, which it warns you about. It's like you're supposed to like open it and like let it breathe a little bit, and then especially between seasons and temperature changes. It was fine. I got it. It didn't ruin anything, thankfully. I caught it in time, but I was like, of course, of course. But yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. But I guess, yeah. I mean, you store something in the closet. Yeah. That definitely tracks. So this has been a lot of fun, Brett. Thank you for taking all the time to put this together. I know it's not a small feat. I mean, it's a lot of work finding all these photos and then organizing them, and then as you mentioned, naming the files in alphabetical order so that they all kind of line up. This is very tremendous work here, and thanks to all of you in the chat too. Yeah, I know. Seriously, Pinball, the joys of adulthood. I know. 100%.
You ain't kidding.
Yeah, no shit, no kidding.
This guy symbolizes the joy of adulthood. Just put him back. This is the incarnation.
You ain't
of the
kidding,
joy of
Pinball. I feel you there, my friend. So, anyway, any final thoughts before we head on out? We'll go ahead and save this, and then we should find someone to raid too. We'll go ahead and do that shortly. But
yeah, nothing in particular. Come hang out in my Twitch. It's gonna be, again, I don't have a schedule, but probably gonna be during the day. Also, I got my podcast going with Phil. We're actually recording tomorrow, so there'll be a new episode up tomorrow.
Cool.
He's not in chat today. He films the YouTube episodes on Tuesday nights.
Okay.
So that's why we don't have a Phil today. But so we got that going on. I got my Twitch thing going on. I want to say again, everybody should be following Tubin Monkey just for a good time. Tubin's doing a partner push. He streams on Monday, Wednesday, Saturdays, and then occasionally some streams in between. And that's scary games with a ton of chat interaction. So lots of fun over there. Yeah, that's I think that's all I got.
Cool beans. And then as far as us, we have this coming up the rest of the week. I'll let you know what's upcoming on the Sandwich Show at least. Oh yeah, I better update that. But so coming up next on the Sandwich Show, we have Karaoke Night Volume 4. That's in a couple days. That's going to be a really, really fun show. You don't want to miss it. C-Dub Guitar, the Stream Scribe, Half Fight Carry, the Creative Star, CT Music will all be with us. And Pinball Sorcerer, I think Pinball Sorcerer's in on this too. Pinball will be part of that as well. So you see him in the chat tonight. Pinball will join us for Karaoke Night on Thursday night at 9 o'clock Eastern Time. Tomorrow, I'll be on a different platform, but we'll be doing our sports podcast with our friends. And that's youtube.com/dickhow if you want to follow our sports show. But thank you so much, everybody. This has been an absolute blast. Let's thank everybody for their contributions today. So it's time for the credits, which means I run this button right here. Let's see how this looks tonight. Okay, let's see who we were thanking. Yeah, CT was a champ tonight. Game Ball to CT. Really great job. Jason was in too. And 2 new followers. Thank you so much. 11 River Song 11, Deadly Frog 6502. I'm not sure if I missed anyone there, But if there's anyone else who followed us tonight, thank you so much for the follow as well. We are always so happy to have people join our Sam fam. And it's been Brettington, it's been a thrill. Thank you so much. Yeah, let's.
Always good. Always good to talk with you, Davey.
Yeah, appreciate you. Let's go find someone to raid. Who can we raid tonight? Let's see. I'll check my systems and see who's online. Boy, this is gonna be an interesting choice. Who do you recommend? Anybody on your radar?
So I have. I think Access Deny.
Was he on tonight? Okay.
Yeah, he goes. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we do chat-based gaming together. So it's Jackbox games, What the Dub, simple marble stuff too. And then on Sundays he does a sort of what I do, maker type stuff.
Yep.
So he does little projects from the house. Lots of fun there too.
I was there on Sunday. Let me give Access a shout out before we go, because he also does interviews just like we do here on the Sandwich Show.
Yes. I forgot about that part. Don't want to leave that out.
Oh yeah, it's pretty good stuff. I mean, he's interviewed a lot of great guests, like our friend Danny K, Human Juke, been on there, Human Juke 81. I saw an interview with Thug Shells, yeah, and much more. So it's a great. Hey, Benjabi's in the chat. Hello, good to see you, Benjabi. How you doing?
Just everybody, when you go over, make sure to call him Denny. He loves that.
That's funny. That's a troll. That's a troll job right there. I love it.
Is it? Axis is. It is true. He's a great host. High energy all the time.
Yep.
Great guy.
Oh yeah. And apparently a pretty good hockey player. Although he was talking about that
still playing it. Yeah. Playing adult league hockey.
Pretty good. Him. Yeah. So let's go ahead and start the raid over to Access Deny. It's always good to go to join a fellow join a fellow interviewer. So I always enjoy these kind of moments. So let's get the raid call. Oh, we don't have raid calls. Oops. Let me fix that. Do that right now. I'm doing well, Benjabi. It's so nice to see you. The dry weather is killing your eyes. Yeah, it's really been picking up around here, Benjabi. Doing well. How are you? Hope you're doing well. And he's a chicken tender. He is. He has Pennsylvania.
Yes, he has the second channel where he's like me with a 3D printer. He's got chickens.
It's super cool.
And there's cameras on it 24/7.
Mm-hmm. Good stuff. So, folks, thanks again. We're back on Thursday here on the Sandwich Show with Karaoke Night Volume 4. And if you want to see me tomorrow, you can catch me on YouTube. I'll see you there. More information on our Discord. And copy the raid call. We'll see you over at Access Deny. Take care, everybody.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, y'all.